Hi guys, I'm Solaris. Welcome to my channel, Solaris Fairy Astrology and Tarot, where I channel for you all sorts of psychic messages to help you in your love life using astrology, tarot cards, and oracle cards. Today's video is what is coming up in your love life this November. I'm also having an extended today where I am focusing on what else is coming up in your life this November in addition to romantic love. So basically every other category in addition to romantic love in the extended. So if you're curious about that, then definitely check out the extended. Today you have 4 piles to choose from. The first pile is a golden porcupine with the major arcana Disney tarot cards and the red pumpkin. Pile 2 is the fall squirrels with the dark mansion tarot cards and the green pumpkin. Pile 3 is the owl with the apple and the lover's path tarot cards and the white pumpkin. And pile 4 is the fox mushroom house with the good tarot cards and the orange pumpkin. When you have chosen the pile you would like to watch, go to the description box and scroll down to where you see the timestamps. Click on the timestamp that matches your pile, and that will take you to your reading. I'll see you there. Bye.
Hi Pile 1! Welcome to your reading today where we are focusing on what is coming up in your love life this November. So I am so glad you guys are here. We have Scorpio season right now. Welcome to that. That's my favorite season because I'm a Scorpio, so blessings to you guys. And we also have Sagittarius season coming up. So happy birthday to all of you Scorpios and Sagittariuses watching, or to your person if they are them. Anyways, I am so glad you guys are here. You guys have picked some cute things. First of all, I love how you guys have picked this super cute, glittery, shimmery porcupine with beautiful fall leaves as its quills. I saw this and I was like, okay, I have to get this for you guys because it's so cute. All right, so she will chill with her pumpkins down there. You guys have picked a pumpkin. It's this gorgeous, glorious red one. So shout out to my red-haired babies. I love that this whole kind of pile for you guys are like reds, oranges, goldens, beautiful loveliness. You guys have also picked my Disney tarot card deck. The ironic thing with this deck, or the different thing with this deck than all the other tarot decks that you guys could have picked for different piles, is this is only the major arcana. What's amazing in tarot is the major arcana is a time of destiny. So I feel like if you have picked this pile, that this is a pile of destiny for you, or perhaps this month is a destined month. If you know that your North Node, the planet in astrology of destiny, is in Scorpio or Sagittarius, then it would be extra confirmation for you that this is a destiny. You don't have to have this placement in your chart, but if you do, it makes sense, or if you have strong Scorpio Sagittarius placements. Okay, so we got you here with your Disney deck. Also, I've picked some Tiger's Eye and some beautiful orange aura for you guys as this fall theme progresses. So I hope that you guys are doing well today, and if you are needing a little extra firepower, if you need a little extra dazzle, feel free to hold on to some Tiger's Eye. That will give you some extra strength this season. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of a Celtic cross, and then I'm going to mess it all up. If you guys have watched my videos in the past, you will see that I do this in different segments where we're going to see who's coming into your life or who are you connecting with romantically during this time period. So the first card will represent where your higher self is guiding you. Further details about this. Now, I know every tarot reader does their Celtic cross their own way, but this is how I love to do it, so I hope this helps you. We have a card from the past. What has happened previous months to bring you to this situation or to this point? We have a card for the future. This is basically as November progresses or deepens and goes along, how will this be for you? We have a warning or reminder card for you, something to keep in mind during this month coming up. We have your conscious mind. What are you very aware of, or how will you experience this predominantly? What is a romantic partner card? So we have this. We have your wish list. What do you want above all else? And then a card to pair with the final outcome, or as November progresses along, so maybe even as we go into Sagittarius season. All right, so we got this for you guys. So first of all, your higher self during the month of November is guiding you to, now I will take reversals. You actually might be guided not to go into a commitment right away. The interesting piece is I have Hierophant, but it's in reverse. You yourself may not be looking for a commitment or ready to commit. Maybe you're wanting to date around, but not wanting to commit. You also might find with Hierophant in reverse that maybe the people that are being brought your way are people that you're not sure if you want to commit to. I would say the universe or spirit is supporting you if you want to go slow, if you want to take your time, if you want to weigh out the options. With Hierophant also, if you yourself have gone through fears of commitment or resistance or reluctance to commitment as a theme or a pattern in your life, this might be the window of time where you're going to assess, is this something that I want? You might work through fears of commitment or blocks to commitment if you're looking for a beautiful relationship and you're very aware, like, oh yeah, Solaris, this is something that I've dealt with before. So there is this. Now, Hierophant is Taurus usually, and it's interesting how Hierophant is in reverse. So it's not just your own, I would say, like blocks, right? It's not just your own traumas or your own wonderings if you maybe don't want to extend. I would say because this comes from your higher self, I would say that your higher self is guiding you to maybe not jump into commitment immediately. So maybe your higher self is wanting you guys to go slow or get to know each other slow or to be able to work through some commitment fears. So that is a really good beginning. Then I get for you, well, and I love on the card actually. So just to show you this upright, we have Meg from Hercules, and she's surrounded by her muses, her gospel singers. So you might find yourself also with it in reverse, that you're looking for sisterhood or community this month, and that maybe your higher self is maybe not bringing around to you the community that you're looking for or the friends or the sisters you're looking for because it's in reverse. Or if you've been feeling lonely, just like on a platonic level, it might be that this time that your higher self is guiding you to be able to take steps to correct this. Usually when I get the first card in reverse, it also might be like an issue to correct or a block you've been bothered with that now it's time to do something about it. So that is very good. Also, it might be that you're being guided to be in a relationship that's not a traditional commitment or a traditional relationship. It might not be a normal society-based accepted commitment, because Hierophant is usually like a traditional marriage between straight couples who get married in a church with a pope or a priest or whatever. Within in reverse, I would say you also might be in an unconventional relationship, a relationship that is against society's norms, or I would say like a trailblazing relationship, which is different than what society gauges as typical. So there is that. So you also might be experiencing your individuality and loving your individuality of a potential partner. All right, now I get, oh, the Tower. Look at Maleficent. Okay, she is scheming. I would say the universe might be scheming a little bit. So the Tower represents that you're going to have a major life change. I would say that, and this part of the YouTube reading, I do have an extended, which is going to focus on everything else that's coming up in November for you, in addition or extra. Besides romantic love or in addition to romantic love. So this is only the romantic love piece of your reading. It is 2 parts. So I would say for you that it's going to be a major life change in love. You might be waiting for somebody to come in that you're really wanting to have, and this could be divine intervention. This also might be if you're feeling like, and Maleficent wasn't invited to the party, so if you're feeling like maybe, if you've felt rejection or you felt like not being included energy, then I would say maybe the universe is also going to be healing you in regards to that, so you can have a beautiful committed relationship when the time is right. So there is this energy. But either way, the Tower is a very interesting, because it is upright. It is a time period for you where you might get a lot of psychic downloads. You might get a lot of guidance. You might get a lot of epiphanies and realizations in regards to yourself, your patterns, and your relationships. So that is a very interesting thing. So the Tower is very cool. I see the Tower always as Scorpio energy. I also see it as Gemini energy. Gemini because it's kind of unpredictable, coming from out of left field. And then Scorpio energy because Scorpio is all about change and transformation. It's like the goddess Kali, which is about like burning stuff down to build it up, So that is very beautiful. So I would say the Tower is that you're going through a lot of epiphanies, realizations, and maybe even changes. So there is that. Some of you watching as well. Now, obviously, all of your situations are different. If you yourself have, let's say, are in a relationship and you feel like it is like not something you want anymore, you might experience November as a time period where you release commitment to something romantic, and then maybe it's kind of like comes where you do it all of a sudden, or it happens for you like, you know, you're kind of feeling like, you know, I've been wanting to leave this relationship for a long time and I wanted to maybe be single or not be as committed, or I want to focus more on myself, and then basically you might wake up one day and just be ready, or you might be like, okay, I'm done, or maybe you guys have a fight and like it like kind of, you know, gets away from you in that way. So I would say that's another option for people who are in long-term commitments and wanting to get out of them. I do get the Devil card in reverse. So interesting, you guys are getting the Disney villains. The Disney villains are always a very cool kind of side of the Disney, you know, fandom. So I always think that's very interesting. So the Devil is Ursula. And we have this in reverse. So it's because your higher self is guiding you to be like, I don't want to commit to just anyone. I don't want to commit to just any random devil. I want to commit to a great person. And your higher self has high standards for you. I would say that your higher self has really planned for you to be with somebody incredible. And so if you have people coming around that are just after maybe like passion or sex or wanting to like have one-night stands, and that's not what you're all about, then I would say that your higher self is going to be steering you clear from this, or you yourself might be uninterested in people who are only after that. So there is this, but this is a Capricorn Scorpio energy with the Devil. So there is that passion. So I would say for you, your higher self is guiding you to release commitment or not overly commit to people that could seem a little sketchy or have only their best interest at heart. Okay, now in regards to the past, you are the High Priestess, my sweet love. You are somebody who has really worked on yourself. You are very psychic, intuitive, and witchy. You are somebody who is a goddess and a master of your own intuition. And I would say that in the past, you have really worked through, you know, your psychic abilities, your spiritual abilities, your mediumship gifts. I would say with this High Priestess, and ironic, it's represented by Belle, she's not the most intuitive in the Disney characters because she's more literal. She's more like reading and all of that. But maybe you've done a lot of research on spirituality or even research on using your intuition towards your romantic relationships. Either way, you've really worked a lot on yourself and your spiritual gifts, which is great. And also extra bonus if you are somebody that loves to read or research or plan. So that is very cool. Because usually High Priestess is more emotional than cerebral. But I mean, you know, High Priestess has got to learn it somewhere. So that's very cool. I also love how Belle is surrounded by her friends in this way, because there's Chip and there's the teapot, Mrs. Potts, and then there's the feather duster, there's Lumiere, there's Cogsworth. So she's surrounded by all of her little castle friends as well. So that is very cool. And interesting because, you know, the castle was under a spell. And all of her friends are still in the objects. They're not in their people form, their human form. And so it's almost like she's reading a book to try to free them. So maybe you have felt in the past like you have felt trapped, or you have felt kind of confined in a castle you haven't been able to leave, you know? So maybe you've been kind of confined in this way. And you're like, I'm not all about being locked up in the West Wing anymore, you know? So I feel like for you that maybe you've also escaped relationships that were very confining or very like overly committed or demanding of you. So there is that piece here. In the future, or as November progresses along, High Priestess information also, I see Pisces energy showing up and Cancer energy, Scorpio energy also showing up in the reading. All right, then I get Judgment in reverse. This is Tiana, and it seems like in the future, Libra energy shows up with Judgment. As November continues along, you might find that you're struggling to make wise choices. And it's interesting because with the High Priestess upright, in the past, you have made wise choices. You've followed your intuition, but you might get a little tempted with this Devil card. You might find that it's harder to sometimes like hold on to that wisdom as November deepens and progresses along. So I see that with the Judgment in reverse. Also, you know, she's had to kiss a few frogs to get to where she is. And so you might be feeling like, I don't know if I want to make a choice. I don't know if I want to make a decision until maybe I kiss a few more frogs, or maybe until I know that I am with my, you know, happily ever after. So for you, you also might just be you might be following your guidance if you're being very slow to commit because you're trying to select the right one for you. What they want to remind you about as you move forward, yes, I get the Sun. If you've struggled with depression, Scorpio season can sometimes amplify that a little bit. Scorpio season is not an easy season for people who are not Scorpios. So my heart goes out to you guys because I am one. So I would say that, you know, if you have felt depressed lately, if you feel like Scorpio season, which, you know, October 21st was the start of it. If you feel like maybe it's kind of been subduing your energy a bit, if you're feeling like, you know what, I don't want to overly commit myself to a relationship that's going to like sap all my happiness. They would say for you that it might be about trying to figure out where in your love life can you be happy. If you have been feeling maybe depressed by your love life, or maybe depressed by the options, maybe depressed by, or we'll even say like sometimes depressed is a hard word, maybe like discouraged, disappointed, maybe bored by, or uninterested in, you know, these situations or options or scenarios presented to you. That also might be another reason why you're like, you know what, I don't want to pick any of these randoms. You know, so with the Sun in reverse, I would say that what they want to warn you about or remind you about is, one, maybe don't let depression go on too long. Now, I talk about this in not the clinical sense because I am a therapist, and obviously people who are like clinical depression, they obviously have a very hard time controlling it, and it's not always in our control, especially like if medicine needs to get involved or that sort of thing. But I would say for you, if this is like, let's say it's a therapeutic environment, and you're just feeling like, you know what, I'm just discouraged by all these people, and it's not like a deeper trauma issue, then I would say that really your higher self is guiding you to maybe do hobbies and get involved in interests that bring you joy, maybe to meet people, to be able to partner with. If you feel like your current relationship, if you're in one, has been really weighing you down and making you unhappy, I would say your higher self might be really wanting to draw your attention to that it's not something to avoid or neglect or try to dismiss easily, that it's something to look at. It's something to be able to choose to make choices about, that kind of thing. And obviously it might be about maybe releasing commitment. Now, it could be that you're keeping your relationship, but just that you're overly committed, or you're overextending, or you're overgiving, or it's not like reciprocal as much as you need. And that would be a situation where maybe you're going to be called to like reassess the situation. So with the Sun, I would say that in reverse, I would say that your higher self really wants you to be happy, and you really want to be happy. So I would say that for you, that you're going to be guided to, you know, maybe reassess, what do you want to commit to? What choices do you want to make so that you can tap into your happiness? And that might be where that Tower moment comes in, where your kind of higher self is going to be like, all right, let's shake some stuff up in order to really align you to the happiness that you deserve to have. So there is this. Leo energy shows up here with the Sun. So there is that. Then I get, and this is Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. So, and it's kind of like she's on this like sugar high, this candy spree. And maybe it's like your higher self is like, don't go crazy though. Don't go like indulging in all the sugar and, you know, fluffy, delicious, you know, hedonistic situations there. Or you might be like driving out of control in like a sugar high. So that kind of thing. Yeah, but you know, it's interesting because what you're wanting to do though is, I'm noticing your Hermit is in reverse. You're not wanting to spend November lonely and by yourself in your house. You're not wanting to like let your life pass you by and just kind of like sleep it away, you know, with the Sleeping Beauty card. Hermit is Capricorn, Virgo energy as well. So it seems like for you, they're saying like maybe this Tower moment, to be honest, because this is actually interesting. This is the same story. So with the Hermit in reverse and the Tower with Maleficent, right? Maleficent put Sleeping Beauty under this sleeping spell. And and everything, which was interesting because it's almost like the universe is coming around to wake you up. Maybe. So maybe it's like there's been a pattern that you've been involved in a long time, or maybe a relationship you've been involved in a long time, or maybe a period of being single that you've been involved, being single for a long time. And your higher self is like, okay, you know what? Nap time over, time to wake up. Because with your conscious mind, it seems like you're going to be waking up of a sleep. You're going to be getting out of a hermit mode. So this especially applies if maybe you've been single for a long time, or alone for a long time, or on your own for a long time, or independent, taking care of yourself. So there is this, and it's interesting because they're like, we want you to wake up and start dating or like get back out there, but maybe don't like overly commit yourself, and maybe don't commit immediately to the first person that walks by. So there is that. Relationships that come up for you. The Magician. I love this. This is Rapunzel from Tangled. So this is Gemini energy. I would say look out for a Gemini. This is very cool. I love her because Rapunzel's like my favorite Disney one because, she's the lost princess and she's praying to be able to understand the world around her and what these lanterns are and making wishes. And of course, she falls in love with Flynn Rider along the movie. And it's interesting because she is kind of kept captive also. There's a couple of like themes about being kind of like locked up in a tower, kept captive with, Belle, and then Sleeping Beauty and Rapunzel. So there's kind of a lot of that. So again, if you feel like you've been kind of like locked in a castle or locked in a tower or like homebound too much maybe, or like stuck inside too much, maybe it's going to be about getting out there, and November is a time of that. So there is this. So the Magician, I would say look out for Gemini. Magician is Gemini energy. Also, this is a very magical time period for you to manifest your love life. So it's about being able to also manifest in a partner that you're looking for, or like a partner of your dreams, that kind of thing. So Magician is beautiful in this way. So I love this energy. This shows up nicely. And we're going to break these down into categories for the next section as well. So I'm definitely going to be including the Magician. I'm going to be also looking at the Tower Hermit energy with, I'm going to put the Hierophant energy and the Judgment energy together, probably. So I will layer this. I will layer this. And then we're going to look at that, and these can be nicely over here. So I get the World for what you want above all else. Maybe you want to get back out into the world. Maybe you want to end a relationship that doesn't serve you. Or maybe you're wanting to have an end of a cycle, an end of being in a relationship, an end of being single, an end to whatever this is. Whatever you've been experiencing, I feel like not only are you wanting the end of it, but I feel like that it's almost kind of like time for things to change for you. So November is a change month. Now, if you, for whatever reason, are like not meeting somebody in November, I get that for you that it's going to be that you're changing your lifestyle or your activities or your habits so that you can meet somebody. So you might be doing the inner work to meet someone, or you might be getting out of a relationship to meet the right one, or to meet somebody that's more in alignment to you. Or it might be that you're ending a cycle or a section of time in your life. So there is this. So I get the World. You also might be meeting somebody foreign or somebody while traveling, which could be very fun and sexy. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at, and that's like your wish list card. So that's kind of like maybe you're like wanting to meet someone while you're traveling. Or that may be like a sexy fantasy for you about like maybe go on a trip somewhere exotic and then you meet somebody hot. So that kind of thing. And then as November deepens along, I get Brave. I get the Hanged Man or Hanged Princess, we'll say. So I would say for you, again, it's in reverse. They're not wanting you to be so stuck. So I would say your message might be, you might have been stuck. You might have been in suspended motion. What's interesting is check this out, right? We're moving into Sagittarius season. Brave is usually about, the Hangman card is usually about hanging upside down, and she has her target in her sights and she's letting the arrow fly. But look what happens when she's reversed. She becomes the Archer. She becomes a Sagittarius. So that's actually very interesting. So this is about, they don't want you to be a hanged princess. They want you to shoot for the stars and aim for your dreams when it comes to love. So this is beautiful for you. So I like this a lot, and I feel like that this is kind of the difference between getting out of the Hanged Man is getting out of the Hermit. So this will be connected together as well. So we have 4 categories for you. So now I'm going to use Amira's Love Oracle and get some more details about for you, if you resonate with these scenarios, who you might be meeting in November or what your love life will be like in November. So I'm going to use Amira's Love Oracle here, and I'm going to pull 3 cards to describe these situations. So if you are needing an end of a cycle, which is probably most of you, this is what will be coming in for you. As you're ending your cycle, this also connects to if you're going on a trip to meet somebody sexy and foreign. These 3 cards will be for you about releasing commitment to something you're overly committed to romantically, or about being able to have somebody new come in who you can get to know slowly and not make choices about as you get to know them. Then I get the Hermit in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, getting out of this suspended motion sleeping mode where the universe is going to shake some shit up for you and wake you up, activate your energy. And that's going to be 3 cards to see why that might happen. Who might that be with? And then we have the Magician, which is very cool, and that's the Gemini energy. So this is going to be more about who can you manifest in this November, and or who is this Gemini energy showing up for you. Okay, so first, the sexy foreign person. And I don't take reversals for oracles, so I'm going to flip them around. Number 1, sexy, sexy. I would say if you resonate as a blonde or redhead girl, feminine energy here. I know it says blonde, but the hair totally looks redhead. You might be connecting to a foreign sexy person, so somebody not born in your country, who, or at least somebody not born in your local area, we'll say. Sometimes people don't travel outside the country, maybe it's just they go like across the country or to a different state or like a town really far away. So what I love is you're going to connect to this older silver fox. I'm loving that. So if you want somebody foreign, I would say that there is going to be somebody with maybe salt and pepper hair or gray hair. So there is this. So there is this opportunity. If you're looking for a blonde or redhead feminine, I would say you are in luck. And if you are looking for a silver fox, I would say a silver fox masculine especially, I would say you are in luck. And the beautiful thing about this, between the 2 of you, is that you have a soulmate bond with this person. So you're going to feel very connected to them in a very beautiful soulmate way. So that is gorgeous. I'm loving that. And I would say probably this is Sagittarius energy with the world. So that is great. Then I would say if you are overly committed or feeling guided to be a little hesitant to overly committing your energy, I would say that it's because, maybe it's because the universe is trying to help you be in control or not lose control or lose yourself. Especially if maybe you have patterns of this in the past or you have experienced this and you don't want to repeat that. I would say this is going to be able to help you be in control. I get at least for now. Now, obviously, as relationships deepen, compromise is very important, and then you have to kind of like ease into commitment and sacrifice, or I wouldn't say sacrifice, I would say ease into compromise and, give up being the only one in control. But I would say that for the short term, it might benefit you to stay in control or to maintain your sense of self. This can apply, especially like I get the Judgment, like especially if you're a Libra or if you have Libra energy in your chart. Libras have a tendency to sometimes overly compromise or self-sacrifice for the relationship, especially if your South Node is in Libra, where you've had many lifetimes of doing this. So I would say that there is that. And I would say gossip. It's also because maybe you're going to benefit from getting opinions from your friends and family about people you might be dating to see, like, before I commit, let's see, 1, can they integrate with my life? 2, do my loved ones approve? And not that obviously we're meant to defer only to them when it comes to making love choices, because of course at the end of the day you're making your own choices. But it might always be nice to be like, well, what do you guys think? What are your opinions? If everyone in your life is like, no, this person's horrible, I would say listen to that. I had somebody in my life who I was dating right after, college, and literally nobody liked this person. Nobody at all, not even a single person. And most of my friends and family actually pretty much hated this person. And while, of course, we shouldn't always defer to that, I would say if everyone or the majority of them doesn't like them, there's probably something valid in there. So it's good for you to ask trusted friends and family who you feel are wise and who you know have your best interest at heart and who are not like biased, So there is that. And that will be able to help guide you in regards to maybe should you commit or not. Then the universe waking you guys up from this hanged man sleeping hermit mode. I would say, yeah, you might go on a trip actually. So I do get travel. So with the world and with the travel card, some of you during this November who have picked this pile are going to be traveling. And when you're traveling, you might either, one, you're going to be thrown out of your normal routine. So you're going to be thrown out of this, like stuck situation. Whenever you travel, it's like you pause your life, you go to something else, and you get into a new rhythm, new routine, new diet habits, food, transportation, and it's like your whole lifestyle is like different. So I would say that's going to be on purpose by the universe to get you out of your comfort zone and to get you out of your routine if your routine has been like limiting you. Maybe due to work schedule, maybe due to comfort zone, maybe due to just liking things to be the same, but you're not meant to have things the same. And for this particular pile, I don't know about the other piles, but for your pile, you're not going to have things the same. And that's going to be a blessing for you. It's going to benefit you. And of course, most of us, we don't love change, but in your case, maybe you're like ready for it, or you've been thinking, you know what, maybe some things need to change. And I would say the universe is going to be like, okay, cool, got you. I got you there. I will do that now for you immediately. So there is this. I get children. So you might meet somebody with children, or you might be connecting or dating somebody with kids. If you have kids, you might bring your kids along, or you might be thinking, what do I do with my child? What do I do with my kids if I'm traveling? So there is this. If you travel and stay with friends, you might stay with friends who have kids. So it's very cool in this way. And I get Ice Queen. So for you, I would say that your wall might be up. Oh, baby. If you feel like you're maybe overly protected of yourself or overly defended or have big walls, I would say with the Ice Queen, it might be that you meet somebody with kids, but you're going to be like, yeah, but you know what though? The jury is going to be out on this situation for a while until you prove to me all these things. So you might meet someone and have your walls up or be guarded, or they may just have to earn it or prove to you that they're great because you're not one of those devils. So I get how, you may have strict standards, or you might, observe how they are over time, and that's cool. So that's good. Then I get with the Magician, this Gemini or this person you can manifest in. Seems like if you like brunette females, it does seem like that there's a hot brunette for you. You yourself might be a brunette female and you would be attracting. Damn, this is probably your manifestation, but it also seems like it come true. A marriage to someone with money. So there is that. So if you're a brunette female, you're trying to manifest a marriage with money. It could be that you meet a Gemini that is very well off that you could marry or have a very serious commitment with. Also, I would say that if you are looking for brunette females, that you also might notice that she has money that you can commit to and they're well off. Or you might be the one that has the money and then this brunette comes in. So there is this. But yes, so I'm getting Magician, manifesting this person in, or that this person is an answered prayer. So that is sexy and very fun. We love that. All right, now I'm going to go to Let's Fall in Love Oracle, and we're going to see now if you do have a person, focus on them, and we're going to see what is your connection going to be like with them in November. So let's see. All right. So what is your situation going to be like with your person in November? How are they going to connect with you? And I'm going to pull 8 cards. And this is, again, a time period where I'm not doing reversals for oracles. Actually, you know what? We'll do 6, because 6 fit in this nice little frame here. We'll do 6. Okay. So, especially because this video has already gone long. All right. I see myself in you. So I feel like that your person is going to feel very similar to you. You guys might share similar hobbies and interests. You guys might have a lot in common. You guys might find that they, finish your sentences, or you finish their sentences, or just that you feel like a harmony and a resonance. What I love in this card is you can see there's a lake and that there is a reflection. So in this lake, you can see how the trees are reflected on this side of the lake into the lake. And I really feel like there's a mirror image here. You might feel twin flame energy, soulmate energy, and you might just feel like there's a connection there. I find comfort in my solitude. So you might be, and here's the thing too, you might be wanting to manifest somebody in. If, let's say, somebody's been long-term unavailable, but you've had your heart set on them. I would say I find comfort in my solitude might be that your person and you have a lot of alone time. You might be in separation from someone you care for. You might feel like that they are just kind of focusing on their own self and their own life and not really with you. You might find that you or they are introverted, because I am getting like a book and a candle and stuff. So it also might be that you guys like cozy evenings together, or that they like alone time, or you like alone time. So there is this piece. Then you got me under your spell. Again, books. Books is a strong theme, actually. We got Belle having a book. We've got these 2 cards with books. So books are a strong theme for you guys, actually. So that's interesting. Maybe you meet somebody in a bookstore or in a library, or maybe you guys like to read or they like to read. Very smart person, maybe. Yes. So your person is either way, though, infatuated with you. I feel like that they feel very bewitched by you and very attracted to you. I feel like there's an enchanted energy that they feel, like very infatuated. So I feel like that while they might need a lot of alone time, that you guys have a lot in common, or there's a resonance there, and that there's also a piece where they feel very infatuated. Disappearing act. Maybe your person's not around very much, because the disappearing act with the solitude card, your person might not be around very much. It could be a long distance relationship. You might not be physically in each other's presence. It might be that your person has ghosted you. You guys might be in separation. But yeah, it seems like that is kind of, and maybe that's why maybe you've been on pause. Maybe that's why you've been waiting or sleeping. If you've been stuck in your house or stuck in kind of a waiting for them energy, maybe that's that piece. I will follow where you go. So if they are in like separation or maybe ghosting you, I would say that with you've got me under your spell and I will follow wherever you go, I do feel like that they will try to come forward for you in November. I feel like that if you want something to happen, I feel like they're going to try to make it happen for you. And if you want to go somewhere or travel somewhere or meet up with them or see them, I feel like they will go with you. They will follow you on this journey. And I feel like that if they have ghosted you, they might reconnect with you. So a disappearing act leads to following you. They might also have like a runner chaser vibe or a push pull energy, because I'm getting like connection, solitude, connection, ghosting, connection. In the middle of my chaos, I found you. They also might just have a very chaotic life right now, or in November, their schedule or their life might be a little chaotic. It might be a little jumbled. It might be, again, this is a bonding card. So I feel like they feel connected to you, but also there's like a unavailability piece to them as well. So there is that, but it does seem like, again, they're very connected, emotionally very bonded. So there is this piece, and I feel like they want to follow you or go with you, and there is that. Now, if you are the one who has maybe been like, I know you're around and you love me very much, but I like my alone time. I think I want to ghost, myself, or I might disappear on you or kind of like dip out and, just take extra space. Then I would say that your person is probably like patiently waiting for you. All right. Now I'm going to go to the interactive piece for you to pick your pile for what's coming up for you in your love life this November. And I'm going to pull 3 piles. And I have Romance Angels. And again, there's no reversals for this section, but I have Romance Angels, Cosmic Insights, Situation Love Oracle. And actually, I'm going to do something a little different. And I'm going to do a final major arcana Disney card. It's going to go like this because they are huge. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. All right, so for the first card, I have it symbolized by this beautiful yellow calcite. The second pile will be symbolized by this beautiful orange carnelian. The third pile will be with this beautiful white angel aura. Okay, so feel free to pick pile 1, 2, and or 3. You can pick more than one pile if you feel more drawn to, you know, more than one, especially if, let's say, you have multiple people right now you're thinking about, and you can pick one per person. But I would say 1 per person is good, because if it's more than that, it can get a little confusing and layered and tricky. So I would say for you, pick 1 or 1 per person. So you can pause the video if you need more time to see which pile is yours, and then unpause the video whenever you're ready. Okay, guys. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, for being able to watch my ads for 30 seconds while they're on silent so they don't bother you. After 30 seconds, I get credit, and I appreciate it. I appreciate all of your comments, and I appreciate your donations to the channel. So thank you guys so much for doing that. If you want to donate to the channel, then feel free to go to the description box where my links are at Venmo, PayPal, and the super thanks button. And if you guys have not subscribed, definitely subscribe. That would be great. If you guys would like a private reading, I have readings for you guys on my website, fairyastrology.com. You guys can reach out to me. The link is in the description box, and I can give you guys a reading over the phone or over video about your person, your love life, November, anything you want, career, whatever you want. I'm here for you. Feel free to reach out. All right, so back to your fun reading. If you guys have picked this yellow calcite, your person, I get Ariel Fortune, Wheel of Fortune in the upright position. I wasn't even going to take reversals for this, but I love that this is actually upright, so I will take this as extra magical for you. So I love Wheel of Fortune. Again, look at this. Ariel's sleeping, and she doesn't really have a lot of scenes in the movie where she's sleeping, especially not underwater. Oh no, never mind. She's being turned into a human. That's where it is. Okay. So I would say, again, if you've been sleeping, you're being woken up. If you've been drowning underwater, you are going up to land. If you need legs for walking, you will get them. So that's fantastic. So I love the Fortunate card. I love Wheel of Fortune. You are being given a destined opportunity by the universe, which is very, very beautiful. Loving that energy. Wheel of Fortune is Capricorn energy, also Jupiter, which is Sagittarius energy as well. Also, the Wheel of Fortune can be symbolized by fixed signs: Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. Talking, interested, awaiting messages, texts, calls, emails, talking more. So there's going to be somebody that you're connecting with, meeting, or will be deepening your connection with, where you guys are going to be talking a lot, getting to know them. This to me just screams air sign, which I'm loving that. So this is great. They're interested in you. You guys will be messaging, texting, calling, or emailing, or getting to know each other more, which I love. Then I get Guardian. Oh, I love this. So 2 messages. 1, I feel like that you're being protected in your love life, and a departed loved one who had passed away is watching over you, potentially bringing to you this beautiful connection or improving your connection in your love life in November. Another thing is, I feel like this person that you're going to be connecting to in November is very protective over you and wants to be like a guardian to you, or is just like super like nurturing and protective and wanting to keep you always good and safe, and, you know, respect your boundaries and love you in that way. And then I get let your friends help you. You might have a friend who's like an angel to you this month, who is protecting you, who is maybe introducing you to this person or helping you or giving you some advice, which is great. Also, you might have a deep friendship with the person you're going to be dating or will be dating in November. So that is amazing. So a deep friendship as well. So loving that energy. All right, for those of you who have picked this carnelian, So your person's connection to you in November, I get the Lovers, and that's Snow White, which is so beautiful. So I love this. This is Gemini energy. So again, a shout out if you guys are manifesting in or will meet that Gemini. So, or if you're a Gemini. So that's beautiful. So I do get the beautiful Lovers. I love the little 7 dwarves and her. So it's super cute. I love Snow White. So there's such a love there. There's such a sweetness. Again, this also connects if you are meeting that silver fox, the older silver fox. So that's great. And I get Paradise. It says happiness and joy, playfulness, enjoying each other, and the honeymoon phase. You guys might go into a honeymoon phase or just that like infatuated, euphoric kind of lovers energy with a person in November. You might travel. You can get that. I get this is also a very 6 of Swords card with the boat. So I would say it could be that you guys take a trip or your love life will move from rocky waters to calmer waters. For some of you, you might be moving on from a previous person if you feel like it's right for you and meet somebody that you could really romantically connect with, which is beautiful. I also get the playfulness, the flirting, the having fun energy with each other, which is great, enjoying each other. I feel like this is somebody that you have fun with and that you like them, not just love them. And I think that that is important when it comes to meeting somebody, that you want to really also really like who they are. Water sign, you or your person might be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. So that is very cool. So you might be meeting or you might be a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy. That's great. And then deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, especially if there's a Pisces energy. That's sometimes hard. Pisces have a hard time sometimes being able to work through the more difficult, uncomfortable pieces. Or you might find that there's somebody that is just kind of like not honest with you about their romantic feelings for you. It could be a secret admirer energy. It could be that they are afraid to be vulnerable in that way. It might be that you might find that it's hard for you to open up or, you know, really confirm or validate the romantic feelings that are here as well if you're feeling like you're in a protective space. So there is that. So yeah, I get with the deception card that there may be that. Now, obviously, if you are connecting with somebody and you're like, I don't know if they're being honest, I feel like they're sketchy, maybe they love me or I love them, but there is a lot of red flags, then I would say pay attention to that. Okay. Then for those of you who have picked this angel aura, your person is the Empress, which I love. So Pocahontas with this beautiful raccoon energy. And yes, the grandma tree. So grandma might be an important dynamic in this connection. So there is this, and then there's Flit, that little hummingbird. So raccoons, hummingbirds, grandmas might be important symbolism for you as well. You also might identify as Native American, or your person coming in might. The Lovers is Caucasian, so is Ariel. Okay, so there is this, or maybe you or they are connected to Native American culture. Then I get seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up, and dating, third-party temptation. There might be a third-party temptation. You or they may be a bad girl. See how she's trying to like light her tongue on fire. There's definitely a lot of attraction. There's definitely a fiery, sexy temptation. You guys might hook up with people or go on dates in November. I love the Empress. This is a Cancer energy or a Leo energy or a Taurus energy. I just feel like for this, it's kind of like you might be in an energy where you've been on pause for a while. Now you're like hot shit and you're going back out in the town. You can hook up, you can date, you can flirt, you can do whatever you want. I think that's really great. There may be a third-party temptation for you, especially if you are the one in a relationship. If you are connecting with a third party and they're in a relationship, you would be the temptation. You would be the sexy Empress. So there's this. Yes, and I get a lot of passion. So a lot of passion in November. Very, very cool. So I'm loving this. Allow your heart to sing with joy. So you might go actually connecting to singing or music in November. That might be something you do, and maybe meet somebody or connect to people through music. So there is that. But yes, very sexy, very passionate, very beautiful, and give it time. And that's maybe where your higher self is coming in. If you're somebody that's feeling in November very impulsive and wanting to like jump in and go so fast with someone and do it right away, they're saying, give it time. Everything is in divine timing. So that is beautiful. And it says, let things flow. So it might be about not holding yourself back sexually. If you're like, you know what, I need to go with the flow. I just need to go with this sexy energy. So there is that. But also to just know that things grow over time. And so if you slow things down, you might actually have a deeper connection with that person. You might want to watch Too Hot to Handle. No, it's a very cool show. It's very fun. I like it. All right. So that is what I have for you for this part. If you guys are joining me now for the extended, if you guys want to know what else is coming up in your life in November, feel free to scroll down to the link. You guys are the Golden Porcupine Pile 1. I will see you guys there. And if not, I will see you guys in the next video. And I am so excited you guys came here today. I will see you in the comments, in a private reading, in the next video, or in any of my archives. See you guys next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading today, where we are focusing on what is coming up in your love life this November. Very excited that you guys are here with me today. You guys have picked the cutest squirrels. I absolutely love these guys, honestly. I love how it says happy fall with these cute little squirrels. But then also, look, their little tails are also pine cones. I just love stupid shit like this. Anyway, I am so glad you guys have picked Pile 2. I love these little squirrels. You might feel like you are a squirrel looking for a community. You also might find yourself surrounded with options. You also might be stowing some things away for later. So it's very interesting to see, my little social squirrel, what is coming up for you this November. You guys have also picked this really cute little green pumpkin, which is sweet. And I've picked for you this flame carnelian, as well as a little tiger's eye, which is all about strength and protection. I feel like even though this pile seems to be, because you guys are more of like the browns and stuff, I kind of feel like I don't want to neglect your fire, because I feel like there's a ton of fire in you also this November. So I'm going to put these in frame for you so you can see it. And you guys have picked the Dark Mansion Tarot, which is one of my favorite tarots. I love this, and I love how we're all kind of like fall colors today. So I'm going to start off with a Celtic cross spread, and then I'm going to mess it all up. And I want to see what your higher self is bringing you. But you guys, you beautiful feisty fire. Oh my gosh, my baby, are you healing? Okay. Number one, at first I was like in love with the card that just fell out for you out of the deck, which I will pick as your indicator. And I love the Empress. The first card always represents where your higher self is guiding you right now. And I feel like with the Empress card, you are being guided to really embrace your goddess energy. I love the Empress. This is the card that's like the badass, the sexiest one, the spouse energy. It seems like for you that like you're trying to be reminded by your soul of your beauty, of your wisdom, of your empowerment, of being strong, but like being nurturing. Somebody that is meant to really like reclaim your power and everything. And like normally when I was seeing the Empress, I was like, yes, you hottest one, you go get your November love. But then when I saw what was behind it, it makes my heart go out to you. So I get the 5 of Cups. It seems like you're healing. Now, there are multiple, I would say, meanings of this. And I am going to take both of these as your first card, first position in your tarot spread for the Celtic Cross. So I almost feel like multiple interpretations. One, I feel like you might present as the Empress, or they're encouraging you to, you know, tap into and shine like a diamond, shine like the Empress. But underneath it, there is this sadness. So you might be going through a breakup right now. You might be going through a disappointment or a sadness of a relationship that did not work out. Because this is all about love. This is all about your love life here. It also might be that you are here, but what's behind you is childhood trauma, a lot of woundingness, maybe some adult trauma that is interfering with your happiness and love right now. It might be that you're in a relationship where that's just been very disappointing, and maybe you're needing to heal in yourself, heal the love, heal the relationship. Maybe you're connected to a partner who's sad or depressed. Maybe you're the sad one or the depressed one. Maybe, but whichever reason it seems like you're sad, you also might have, and this is a special message for some of you watching, not all of you will have this as your scenario. You might have had 4 major relationships that all didn't work out, and you're still kind of hoping that you'll be able to find like a major one up here, because there are 4 cups that have been, well, 3 cups knocked over. There's one that's down on the ground though, that still doesn't look the best. And then there's this 1 cup up here that's like hopeful. And so it's about being able to, you know, heal yourself. Also, I'm getting, when I'm looking outside this window, you can see there's like a scenery here that's like a dawning of a new day. I do feel like November is a positive time, but it's probably going to be a healing time for you. So I will keep these cards. I will put this in the first position here, and the Empress with the 5 of Cups underneath. Then, and I will take reversals for this part, I am going to see a little bit more details about this sweet Empress you and the 5 of Cups, but what I am getting for you is you're being guided by your soul to heal yourself, heal your wounds, so you can present as the Empress and also to lead as the Empress. So to present that way, or to put that foot forward, you know? So not to show that you would have to like smile, you know, over the pain, or smile in spite of the pain, but it represents where it's basically like, do the deeper healing and remember to shine like the Empress. The Empress card shows up as Leo energy. Cancer, Taurus energy always shows up as well, especially the Cancer energy with the 5 of Cups. So there's a little bit of this energy, but yeah, definitely doing the deeper healing. You might just be also really focusing on working on yourself right now, maybe focusing on therapy or, you know, self-improvement, healing self, that kind of energy. Now, further details about this, I get the 8 of Fire, and I love this is upright. First, I'm getting Sagittarius energy, and we are in November, which is Scorpio and Sagittarius season. You might find that by Sagittarius season, you're getting your spark back. I also see that there are important conversations coming up for you in November. The 8 of Wands also represents travel, things happening quick, things happening fast. So I would say for you, this represents your resilience, your communication skills. This is about moving forward, traveling, all of that energy, which is good. And then I get the 7 of Swords in reverse, which is great, actually. If the 7 of Swords was upright, I would say you might be going through a betrayal in November. There might be people who don't have good intentions. But with it in reverse, I actually feel like this is you moving beyond people who you can't trust, people that might have betrayed you, and maybe they did hurt you with the 5 of Cups, moving beyond this sad energy, healing from betrayals that have happened in the past, healing from times where you've been hurt or wounded, and to be able to like move beyond that, moving on. So you guys might be healing and moving on from a relationship. You might be healing because you've moved on from a relationship, but there's still healing work to do. You might have in the past gone through this betrayal energy. You might be healing from wounds of betrayal, from people you couldn't trust, moving on, moving beyond that. Because with the 7 of Swords in reverse, it represents how now you're going to be able to surround yourself, maybe like with your friends, with the squirrels, surrounded by your friends, maybe with like a community, maybe with a social group where, and because like when I saw those squirrels, I was like, this is somebody that's needing their support system. This is somebody that needs a community. And so it really represents being able to now rebuild your sense of trust, rebuild people around you that are trustworthy, and so that you can basically heal your heart and be able to connect with people who are trustworthy. Again, I'm getting Cancer, Leo, and Taurus energy and Sagittarius energy as the strongest ones. Now in the past, I get Page of Pentacles. You really put in effort, time, and attention into a beautiful situation in your love life. You really invested yourself. I would say usually they say Page of Pentacles are like only giving little bits, but I would say that like you definitely gave a lot. I feel like this Page of Pentacles, because even though usually it's a sign of only giving a little, I just feel like when I look at this, like you really put yourself into it. You really invested yourself. You really included yourself and really like spent a lot of time and energy in this situation, in your relationship I feel you were in, or maybe you're still in. The Page of Pentacles is again more earth sign energy, so Taurus energy. So I feel like there is this. So yeah, so you really put time and energy into it. So there is this. I get it that it's upright, so that's good. In the future, so like as November deepens and progresses along, maybe even as we're into Sagittarius season, I get for you the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So I get that you're going to be using your wisdom and discernment as Sagittarius happens, as November deepens, to see who is able to give to you in this dynamic. Who is able to be a support system, who is able to participate, who is able to be mutually beneficial, who is able to mutually give as you gave. And so basically with this, it's going to be about using your wisdom and discernment to see who can really participate and give to your energy, be mutually beneficial, mutually reciprocal, and to be able to give back to you. Because it seems like as things go on, either you might be pulling back your energy and stopping giving so much because you've been giving with the Page of Pentacles, but with the Six of Pentacles, you might take back your energy. You might pull it back. You might stop giving or stop overly giving. You might also have select discernment to see like, I don't know, actually it doesn't look like you're putting any energy or attention or efforts into this connection. So I don't know if I want to continue to deal with you. Or I don't know if I want to continue to give to this partnership if you're also not giving. So I feel like for you, that's really going to be that you're going to be like at this assessment point. In regards to your reminder or warning as you move forward, yes, you are being reminded you need to pair with people who equally give or who participate in this connection with either mutual romantic feelings, mutual investment energy, giving their time, giving their energy and resources, giving their emotional support, being there for you, because the Three of Pentacles and it's upright is about your soul, your higher self wants you to be able to collaborate with someone. They want you to be able to share your life with someone, share your resources with someone, share your time with someone, be able to receive with someone that can be able to be an equal and a partnership. And it's interesting, the Three of Pentacles are the three people. Here you get the three squirrels. So it's almost like the number three is important. There could be that you've been dealing with or have dealt with third-party situations or multiple lovers or people with maybe you liked someone who also had other people involved, or maybe you were the one who had other people involved, because I keep getting the number three. So there could be third-party energies for some of you watching. So there is this. And then I get your soul, though, really wants you to collaborate with people who are also equally talented, equally giving, equally available. Yeah. In the past, I get the in your conscious mind, how you're going to experience November is you also might have done, like, let's say a lot of healing in the last few months. So maybe November is your last month of healing or a time where you're wrapping things up. Because the Three of Swords, usually the Three of Swords in reverse is where the swords will fall out of the heart. And in this card, the interesting thing is that with it in reverse, actually the swords are kind of stuck in there. So it also might be that you're at the tail end or the last leg of healing. It might be that you're experiencing November as painful. Now I say this only if you've already been experiencing coming up to this has been painful. I don't want to say that you've been like super, super happy and now you have a bomb dropped on you or anything. This is more like, you know that you've been through a wounding. You know you've been through a trauma or a difficult time. You're either involved in a relationship that is painful or sad, or that you yourself have gone through relationships and heartbreaks that have been painful and sad. Because this is, or even childhood wounds that have left you kind of a little bit like tender. So I would say that for this is going to be really about you being able to, pull the swords out of your heart, to heal your heart, and to be able to move forward in a way that's beautiful. If you feel that in November you've been resisting doing the healing, I would say that's where your higher self is like, yes, you still have healing left to do. Even if it's not fun or comfortable. Scorpio energy can be a little rough for some signs, especially Leos, Aquarius, and Taurus, because that does conflict with Scorpio energy. So there is a little bit of that, but Scorpio energy in general can be a little deep and it can be a little bit emotional, especially for signs that aren't Scorpios. Because I say this as a Scorpio, and I know that, like, for me, Scorpio energy is like my power month. It's like my natural time where I can swim in the energy and things are good. But for people who aren't Scorpios, especially like if they have Scorpio moons, it can be a tough one on them. And so I would say that Scorpio energy can be a little bit of a tricky energy to hold. So I would say that for you, you might be experiencing that. Then I see for you the Queen of Fire, though. But look at you when you're in your own energy. You might be single in November. You might be with your own energy. You might be healing your heart, focusing on you. You know, you're represented by the Empress. You're represented by the Queen of Wands. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So I have to say, like, even though you've gone through the tough times and might go through November, the tough time where, you know, you've been recovering from betrayal, you're healing your heart, you're being able to, like, take the swords out, you know, focusing on the healing, focusing on the recovery of that. So even though your higher self is like, yes, this is what you're most likely dealing with in November, look at, though, how you're showing up. If anybody's going to show up as a goddess to do the healing, the Empress and the Queen of Wands have it covered. Like, you're showing up, though, strong in spite of the tears, brave in spite of the pain. So you really are showing up, though, strong and resilient. And the Queen of Wands and the Empress is showing up like, let's say you went through a breakup, you are not the loser. You did not lose in this relationship. Like, you came out stronger, actually. You came out more triumphant. And I would say for you, something that in November they may want you to focus on is maybe like focus on your strengths, focus on your gifts, focus on your talents, focus on what makes you awesome. Even if you're crying, even if you're healing, even if you're going through the tough times and the sadness, focus on the parts of you that makes you amazing and strong and great. Focus on that, because that is going to be what will get you through this. That is going to be your resilience. That is going to be what brings you up out of it. That is going to be what carries you through and is strong and like reminding you of your beauty. The Empress and the Queen of Wands are the hottest queens. They are the hottest like energies. Sexy, beautiful, goddess. Maybe you are dumbing yourself down. Maybe you were dating down. Maybe you were like trying to be with someone who was like not a match at all for your energy, even if it was disappointing or sad to let go of them. But it seems like for you, maybe you were lowering your standards, maybe, you know, because you're really represented by this Queen and this Empress energy and, you know, that kind of energy. So there is this, what you want above all else, I get the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like right now you're probably wanting to pull back. You're probably wanting to withdraw your energy. You know, they always say like you can't cast pearls before swine. So maybe you're like, I'm this Empress Queen and I was tossing my pearls, my pentacle, you know, to you know, in a blizzard, basically. Like if you're looking at the Six of Pentacles, you know, it's snowing, it's cold, you know, maybe you were being charitable or generous with giving your love to somebody that maybe wasn't able to reciprocate or receive it. But it's interesting. There is Libra energy with the Six of Pentacles because there is a scale of balance on this sign, very small, where you might not even notice it if you weren't looking. So maybe you have some, you know, subtle ways of pulling back or a subtle way of balancing the scales of that energy here. So it seems like with the Six of Pentacles in reverse and with the Ace of Pentacles, it seems like what you want to do is pull back. You want to stop maybe overextending or overgiving to people that can't receive or give back. And it seems like, you know, you are preserving your energy, Queen of Wands, Empress style, and you are pulling back your energy. And it seems like what you ultimately want is you want to set boundaries, maybe. Maybe you're wanting to not overly give. Maybe you're wanting to conserve your energy. And maybe you're wanting to maybe show like a lesson. Maybe you're trying to show the natural consequences of like, okay, if you don't appreciate my love and if you can't be grateful for my love, then maybe I will take it with me. Maybe I will take it back. Maybe I won't overly give. Maybe if you don't appreciate me cooking for you, I won't cook for you now. Or maybe if you don't appreciate me paying for your meals, maybe I won't do that. You know, so maybe it's more just about like pulling back where you're not appreciated. Yeah, and I get the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card upright. It would be a card of consistency and investing energy and time into something in regular amounts. But with it in reverse, I feel like there's an inconsistency. So if you feel like you've been involved with someone inconsistent or not giving, then I feel like you're going to be not as consistent. You're going to pull back. Maybe you're going to pull back to see, will they come in after you? Will they pursue you? Will they give to you then? Will they notice? Will they speak up about it? But yeah, it seems like you're going to be pulling back your energy. So I have multiple areas I want to look at. So first of all, I'm going to symbolize you with this Queen of Wands Empress energy. Then there's an energy of inconsistency. So there's themes. Inconsistency, pulling back energy, not wanting to give so much, setting boundaries. And that's all going to be like, and maybe even, yeah, and setting boundaries. That's all going to be like one area. Then I get the part where you are healing from the betrayal, the Five of Cups, Three of Swords in reverse, Seven of Swords. So I have this as another area. And then I get, then I want to look at this other area, this Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. So I have 4 areas. So this represents you, and what are you going to be attracting now that you are empowered and you're focusing on what your higher self wants you to do, which is focus on your worth. Then I have this area of who is the person that broke your heart, betrayed you, that you're healing from. What are you healing from? Even though you probably already know. Then I get the Eight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. This area is going to be, how are you moving on beyond this so you can be with someone who really collaborates with you? Who are you meeting or going to be connecting with, maybe in November, maybe a little beyond, that will be able to give back, who will be able to participate and invest in this connection in the way you deserve. And then this area in regards to like, what's going to come forward for you now that you're withdrawing your energy. So I'm going to pull Amira's Love Oracle, and I'm going to pull 2 cards for each section. I usually do 3, but I can also see this reading is already starting to go a little long. And I do have an extended today, which is going to be about what else are you focusing on in November. So I'm going to pull 2 for each. This will be descriptors for you, especially because for you, I do feel like this will lead to you attracting in new people. But I also feel like right now for you, if you are in like a trauma healing section, or if you're in a deep healing section, then I would say it may be that November is not really a time for new people. It might be about that you're healing either in a relationship you're in, or you're healing in regards to your own heart. So first we're going to represent you, your Queen of Wands, Empress energy. Yes, you have been giving your gifts to people maybe more immature, maybe younger, maybe more like less developed. Like I get this Queen of Fire, and this Empress was giving these gifts to this young man, like this younger boy, almost like you were giving gifts to a young boy, a little boy. It could be that their age is chronologically older than you, but that they're immature, or that they're younger, or that they're less developed, or maybe they're just like chronologically older, but not as mature as you. They might not be as wise as you. They might not be as evolved as you, basically. So I feel like that you were probably, I don't want to say dating down as a disrespect, but you were probably giving your gifts to somebody that would be like never able to match you. So there is this. And that's okay, because we usually give where our heart is, and our hearts are not always that smart. Our hearts are usually just like love based, right? Our brains are the smart one. And so our hearts will just give, love, love, love. And usually we give love to who we're attached to, who we create a bond with, or who we have an emotional connection with, regardless of whether they're maybe good for us or give back to us or available or wise choices or any of that. So it seems like you, in your sweet, beautiful, like loving, empowering goddess energy, were bestowing your gifts upon somebody that was less developed. You are healing now. And this is beautiful. So this really is paving the way. So as you're brave and doing the healing work, which the Empress and the Queen will do because they know they're strong enough to handle it, because we do have to be brave to heal trauma. It causes us anxiety to have to relive or process trauma, to address it and to acknowledge trauma. So you are very brave for being able to do that. So I'm getting the fun times and new love. So while you are going through this healing of betrayal, healing from heartbreak, healing from giving your gifts of love to people that can't handle it, hold it, deserve it, all of that. It is paving the way for you to lighten up your own energy so you can have more fun, so you can attract a new love coming in. So for some of you, this new love will be in November. For others of you, it's pretty soon after it probably, because you will be really, really ready to get back out on the town, fun times, go dancing, maybe go dancing with your friends, connect with your girls. It seems like you're going to have a fun time and attract some new love. And look at how sparkly and shiny your heart is there after you do the healing. There's no hearts, there's no swords in that heart. That is beautiful. And you're going to feel safe and secure knowing that you can attract people that you can trust. All right, then I get for you being able to collaborate with somebody that can really match you, that can really collaborate with you. I'm getting that some of you may have somebody from the past that is long distance now or does not live local that you might rekindle things with or reconnect with. Somebody that's going to want to offer for you as you've been healing your heart and ready for some new love. You might actually connect with a past love. So for some of you, there's a long distance relationship that would like to be with you, or you'll have an opportunity to rekindle or reconnect with somebody long distance. Somebody, it's a past love. And again, here there is still a woundedness. So I could see that while you're wanting to collaborate with someone, it is natural to still feel hurt or wounded from the past. It's natural to want to distance ourselves from the past, and it's natural to want to be able to heal your heart so that you can have this connection. For some of you, a long distance relationship maybe hurt your heart, and you're going to be connecting with somebody now a little bit more, well, I want to say a little more local, but I don't know about that because the Eight of Wands is travel, and then the long distance is here. So for most of you, you might connect with somebody that is long distance from the past that you used to love. And maybe there's a second chance here. Somebody that can really give to you. Or maybe by pulling back your energy, you can heal the relationship with your past love or the person that's been hurting your heart, and you'll be able to have more boundaries. Distance is boundaries, so that you can be able to have this person maybe collaborate more. So maybe for some of you, pulling back your energy fixes the problem or helps. So there is this. Now, in regards to pulling back your energy and maybe not overly giving, I get open relationship and I get obstacles. For some of you, the obstacle is that you're monogamous, and for you to open up the relationship would be a conflict of your values. So if that's the case, it would be about maybe reassessing, is this a relationship you want to stay in? Do you want to overcome the obstacles? If pulling back your energy does not solve the obstacles or overcome them, it may be about really, really reassessing at that point, okay, now what? So there is this. But with the open relationship, I feel like it's a time period for you where for some of you, you're not in a relationship, and you might overcome the obstacle of somebody not giving to you by being in an open relationship or being in non-monogamy or being single and dating around, where you are not in a commitment, but you're able to now receive from multiple people. So there is this. For some of you, though, of course, the obstacles might be your person's temporarily not being able to be available or give to you. And so maybe you're going to see, maybe I will just not commit in the meantime, and then when they're ready to commit, then we can commit and I can re-engage my love. I can give to them again, or I can, shower them with love and affection when they're ready to receive it and give back. So there is that piece. All right, so now let's see. So now, if you guys are in a relationship with a person, I'm going to pull 6 cards, and I'm going to see and channel for you now, what is your connection going to be like between you and your person during the month of November? All right, so what's going on between you and your person this November? All right, well, number one, they're absolutely crazy for you. I get batshit crazy for you. Maybe pulling back drives them crazy. Maybe it seems like that there's just a lot of passion, but there's an unavailability. Maybe you guys have a woundedness in this relationship, but you guys love each other a lot, or you're crazy for each other, because it seems like there's this insane passion on their side. But you know what happens sometimes? Sometimes people are interested in us, and the interest and the passion for us is not the problem. It's how they talk to us. How do they handle things? How do they deal with the sexual intimacy? How are they dealing with their schedule? Are they available or not? Are they somebody that's loves us so much, but is hurting us with their actions, that kind of thing. Because it seems like batshit crazy for you is somebody not the most stable. I mean, you can see that she's coming in looking like a little bit like that girl from The Craft, So it seems like she's coming in kind of like insane a little bit. So maybe you're dealing with somebody who's like infatuated and like obsessed with you, but somebody that maybe doesn't treat you very well, or that's hurting your heart, or that like, wounds you in some way. But it seems like they are crazy for you for sure. I need to spend some time on my own. So they might come in all like passionate and infatuated and then remove their energy, and they might have a hot and cold energy. They might have a push-pull. They might feel like, I'm so crazy for you, but we can't be together. That might be the woundedness. It might be that they're like infatuated with you and that they are like so wanting to be with you, but it's impossible, or they're unavailable, or maybe it's long distance, or, and there's like a sadness around that. So it seems like they need to spend some time on their own. They also might be needing to apologize to you. There may be an opportunity in November for a repair. So I get the card that says, I'm sorry for all I've done. So maybe they're like, I am so into you, but I need to be alone and I'm so sorry. Or maybe they're like, I'm so into you, I treated you so reckless and so careless, and I dropped the Fabergé egg. I dropped the porcelain pumpkin, and I hurt and shattered your heart, and I'm so sorry. If you want me to be, I feel like if you want them to apologize, they will. If you want space, they will. I feel like that there's still part of them that can't be with you, even though and in spite of their feelings. I feel like these two cards go together, because there's two coffee cups here with leaves, which is interesting. They go together. So you guys might meet up or have coffee or go on a date or talk over some coffee or hot chocolate or tea. I feel like this is interesting because it says thinking over decisions. And it says I need some time on my own. So they might be also indecisive. They might be like, should I connect with pile 2 or should I be alone? Should I try to repair this, or should I, leave them alone? Or should I just focus on myself? I have nothing left to give. And that's kind of where your person's like, I need to spend some time on my own. I have nothing left to give. I'm sorry for all I've done. They're reflecting and ruminating maybe about choices and decisions they've made in this connection. But yeah, I feel like that your person might be also feeling in November that like they would give to you if they could, but they have nothing left. Maybe they have spent it all. It's almost kind of like your person might have like mania and depression. Obviously not all of your people involved are going to be actually clinically bipolar, probably very rare. Any of them will be. But it also kind of feels like it's like a similar metaphor to that, where it's like your person is like crazy about you, then they can't be with you, then they pull back, and then they can't, and they hurt you, and then they're sorry, and they're like, maybe I should leave, and they're like, I have nothing left, and it's like they've expelled it all. You also might feel like you have nothing left to give, or you might be giving to a person that can't give back, or that is like a black hole in a way. Might have addiction tendencies if they feel like they're just consuming it all but can't get back. Your person also might want to keep you a secret or be a secret lover or keep things private. I get the card, let's keep things between us. Your person also might feel like, you know what, I don't know, maybe I should be alone, or maybe we could be together but like privately or secretly, or that kind of thing. So you guys might have some secret rendezvous, or you might have some like one-on-one time and then some alone time. You yourself might be thinking over decisions. You might have nothing left to give. You might be like, let's not tell the whole world about our issues. Let's just try to keep things between us and see if we can repair it. There is that. So there's a lot going on between you and your person this month, I think. All right, and now we have some final messages for you. So I'm going to do 3 piles. You're going to pick a pile that's interactive, and I have Romance Angels. So we have 3 cards for Romance Angels. I have 3 Cosmic Insights cards. Then I have 3 Situation Love Oracle cards. And I'm going to finish up with you guys with a final Dark Mansion Tarot card. I haven't been doing that during the other months. I've been looking at your love life, but this month I've decided to include an additional tarot. I will not take reversals though for this tarot, and we will see what is coming up in your love life this November. So for you guys, if you are drawn to this citrine, this is pile 1. Yes. For pile 2, I have the titanium heart for what is coming up in your love life this November. And then I have, for pile 3, I have this angel aura. So feel free to pick pile 1, 2, or 3. I would say pick one pile per person. So let's say you're like dealing with a couple of people. I would say pick one pile for each person, or pick one pile for your person, or one pile for you for the month of November. And we will see what's coming up for you. And I would say if you don't have a person or you only have one person, I wouldn't pick multiple piles, only because it can get a little confusing when there's conflicting messages in the different piles. So pick the one that resonates with you or your person, and that will be how your connection will be in November with those people, that person, or for you. All right, so first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, sharing on social media, for your subscribing. If you have not subscribed already, feel free to subscribe, join the family. I love that you guys are here. Thank you guys for watching my videos for 30 seconds. You can watch them on silent so they don't bother you. After 30 seconds, I get credit and you can return back to this video. And thank you guys so much for the donations that you have made to the channel. If you guys are looking to donate or would love to donate to me, I would love that. Feel free to go to the description box. My Venmo and PayPal are in there, as well as my super thanks button. You can click on that. So thank you guys. If you guys would like a private reading from me, my website is fairyastrology.com. You guys can reach out to me there and set up a reading. I can give readings over the phone or over video call, and we can check in about your person, your love life, anything you want to know. I'm here for you. So thanks, guys. All right. So if you guys have picked this pile with this beautiful citrine, for November, your love life will be Wheel of Fortune. Just know that even though this reading seems sad, I want to let you know that things are going to turn around for you in November. So there's like a method to the madness. There's a method to the healing. There's a reason behind it, and it's going to benefit you. It's really going to help you out. So I like the Wheel of Fortune. Good opportunities, as well as especially Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, or Aquarius energy here. And I get wedding. It might be that you have a relationship that's going badly and it's causing you pain, and you're wanting to turn this relationship around, especially if you have a strong commitment here with the Wheel of Fortune and the wedding. So I feel like that you're going to get maybe a time to repair, or healing your heart will improve this connection, or it seems like that there's an opportunity to turn things around when it comes to relationships. Also, you might meet somebody in November that could be a beautiful relationship that could lead to a marriage, but that there's maybe some healing you need to do in order to be a match for that, or in order to, be able to maximize it and have the best connection with it. So there is this piece. I'm also getting communicate. So you might be talking to a relationship, to a partner, or even to a spouse of yours. So you are going to have an opportunity to communicate. We did get the 8 of Wands, which is about communication, so that is good. You also might want to communicate and talk about, or you might notice that in November, conversations with a person that you're connecting with are going to surround or involve marriage, commitment. What do they think about marriage? What do they think about commitment? Where are you guys going? Where are you headed? Are they marriage minded? Is that what they're looking for? That kind of energy. So you're going to be having conversations about commitment, maybe even marriage. And I get self-indulgence, self-worth, and value. You are worth a beautiful marriage. You're worth a wedding. You are worth a beautiful relationship. So this is the Empress. This is the Queen of Wands. Self-worth and value. Time to heal. That's literally what you got with the 5 of Cups. It's time to heal, and also to heal your self-worth, heal your value. So there is that. Doing your shadow work. Focusing on your wounds, healing pieces that makes you feel guilty or ashamed or angry or afraid or hurt. That's all shadow work. Healing pieces that you don't like about yourself, that you reject, that you judge. That's all shadow work. Self-appreciation, maybe doing some positive self-talk, correcting some negative self-talk, maybe doing some self-affirmations. That can be really good. So I like this, and maybe even self-gratitude. What are you grateful about yourself for? What do you appreciate about yourself? Where do you value yourself? That kind of thing. So that's what you're going to be doing this pile. For those of you with this beautiful titanium quartz, what you're going to be doing. In November, I get Knight of Pentacles. It seems like there is a person here, probably an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, or there is somebody that's coming in slow, steady, patient, solid, somebody that is wanting to give to you an offer, somebody that's wanting to show up and be there for you. Then I get Girl with a Snake, and it says charmed or used, enable boundaries. This person might try to give back if you've been pulling back your energy and your generosity, if you've been setting boundaries. It says this person might come in, but they may not have great intentions. Use your wisdom, use your discernment. It says there may be somebody that's maybe being like a little bit of a snake, trying to charm you, trying to use you, use boundaries, and be discerning. If this person, let's say, is third party energy with Girl with a Snake, there might be that this person is connecting with somebody else and this is only like if you're aware of this already. This is not a bomb that's dropped on you in November, but this is basically like if there's a third party and you know they're attached somewhere, or if they're attached to you but they're looking around, then I would say be careful of their charm and be careful they don't use you. Set some really good boundaries. There is that. Maybe the boundary is you need to show up consistent over time before I emotionally let you in. Then I get pregnancy. Also beware or be careful. You could get pregnant, or think about what do you want in regards to pregnancy. Do you want to have kids one day? Do you have kids? Do you need a good, spouse for your children? A good parent for your children? Do you want to be with somebody that could be a match for you in that area? What do you guys want to do with birth control? What do you want to do with pregnancy? Has there been a pregnancy you're healing from? That's a piece. Are you healing from fertility issues emotionally? Physically, maybe you're healing your own health, that kind of thing. So I would say pregnancy could be a theme for you in November. And I'm getting new love. So if, let's say, there's somebody from the past that you've been dealing with that has been hurting your heart and making you sad, maybe even cheating on you or being a third party energy, there is this person coming in that's a new love. So just so you know, there is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy that's going to be a lot more consistent, a lot more available, a lot more showing you who they are, and a lot more showing up in a reliable way. So just know that there is this. If you want babies, they'll give them to you. If you want, to work through fertility issues or maybe have birth control and not have babies, your person will respect that. And I feel like regardless, they're going to be respecting your boundaries, which is good. So this new love is coming your way. All right, for those of you who have picked this angel aura, your November is going to be the Sun. This is a Leo card energy, happy energy. You're healing your heart so you can regain your sun, so you can regain your love, so you can regain your happiness. And I get the Golden Mirror, narcissist, love bombing, self-absorbed, and one-sided. If you have had experience with a narcissist, because I'm getting Sun, Leo energy, and narcissism, then I would say you might have been attracting someone who is a narcissist. You might be healing from that. You also might be looking at yourself in the mirror and being real with yourself, being like, what do I want with this connection or with connections in November? Who do I want to show up for me? How can I evaluate this? You might have been experiencing some love bombing. You might have been experiencing like that batshit crazy for you, like obsession, love bombing, but then them withdrawing and ghosting you or being out of your life. So, or, pulling back their energy. So that could be hurtful, or, you're healing from that. It said self-absorbed or one-sided. It might be that the last connection you were connected with was a narcissist or had narcissistic traits or personality, tones of that. Maybe they love bombed you. Maybe they were self-absorbed. Maybe it was one-sided. Maybe they were only trying to receive. And then I get let go. And it might be about letting go of a narcissist, letting go of a love bomber, letting go of somebody self-absorbed and one-sided so that you can show up happy, so that you can show up in an energy where you're good, you're lighter, you're like a butterfly. You're going through a change and a transformation and a metamorphosis, and this is helping you. It says make room for the new beginnings on its way to you now. That is a huge message for you. It's a major message. It's beautiful. And I get let go of control issues. The butterfly cannot control when they go from a caterpillar into a chrysalis into a butterfly. It's just natural. It's just biological. It's like when you're like a child going to a teenager, going through puberty, becoming an adult, going through menopause, and going to old age. It's natural. It's a biological cycle and a rhythm. So I would say that there is basically this where it's like let go of control issues. You can grow and change. You're healing your heart. You're going through a metamorphosis. You're becoming a butterfly. You're like letting go of toxic energy, people, places, and things, and you'll be able to reconnect with your happiness with the sun, which is so good. So that, my sweet, sweetheart, is for you. This is your message today. If you guys are joining me in the extended, you guys are the squirrels. I will see you guys in the extended. Feel free to go to the description box and scroll down. You are pile 2, the squirrels, and I will see you there. And if you guys are not joining me, no worries. I'll see you guys in the next video, in a private reading, in the comments, in any of my archives, or if you ever need me, I am here for you. I hope you take care. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today, where we are focusing on what is coming up in your love life this November. Sorry, my cat Lucky apparently wants to say hi to you guys. Anyway, you guys did not pick a cat, you picked an owl. So this is the cute little baby that you have picked for your pile today. I love that you've picked the owl. The owl usually represents wisdom. So I love that you have picked this. I feel like in November, you're going to be very wise and discerning when it comes to love. I also love the apple here because the apple kind of symbolizes a little temptation, but also sometimes a little like apple for teacher. So maybe you or they are teachers, or you're very good at teaching. So that is beautiful. You are very wise. You guys have picked this beautiful white pumpkin today, which is also gorgeous. So I'll put that in frame for you so you can see it. And you have picked the Lover's Path Tarot. So the Lover's Path Tarot, I love it because it combines different romantic mythologies and legends with the tarot meanings. And so this will enhance your reading today. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm going to jump right to it. I will have an extended after this reading where I will talk about everything else that will be coming up in your life in November. And this will be either in besides or in addition to romantic love. So I'm doing a Celtic cross to start. The first card will represent where your higher self is guiding you. And then these 2 cards will be further details about that. This card will represent what has happened in the past already. What have you already gone through in your life to bring you to where you are now? I have this card, which will be as November continues along and deepens and progresses, what will your love life look like then? Then I have this warning or reminder card for you, which talks about where do they want to guide you during the month of November? Where are your guides wanting you to focus your energies or keep in mind? Then I have your conscious mind. So how will you be experiencing your love life this November? And I get a romantic partner card. So we'll see who shows up in a romantic partner way. And what do you want above all else during your love life in November? And then a further card for the future. So as November progresses and deepens and continues along, how will things go? All right. So first I want to see, and I will take reversals for this part because I do find it to be very helpful. So, okay. So first of all, your card is reversed, which is fine. You might find that in November, you are revisiting something emotionally that you have as a memory that you're trying really hard to move on from, but you might find yourself still feeling a little stuck or revisiting a memory. You might also find yourself maybe even wanting to reconnect with somebody from the past. It might be an ex or somebody from your past that you're wanting to connect with. And when I say you, this is your higher self. So your higher self might be holding on to the past or wanting to revisit a past connection or having a hard time moving on. So I feel like for you that there may be some unfinished business there or things that you're trying to focus on from the past that you're wanting to either heal from, address, tie up loose ends, or revisit in regards to that, because I get the Six of Swords, which usually when it's upright, it's about moving on, or it's about moving from difficult times to better times. But with it in reverse, you might find that you feel like you're going backwards, or wondering like, am I even really making progress? You might feel frustrated with the way things are, or it might be that there's something valuable for you in the past that you need to refocus on or realize or know in order to help move things forward and progress. All right, then I get for you, I get the Seven of Cups. So really, I feel like you're not wanting to have a commitment. And it's so interesting because when I did the other piles, to be honest, you are the last pile I'm doing. I did do pile 4 already as well. But a lot of the other piles also are going through a time period of not really wanting to make or have too many commitments, or not to overextend, not to overcommit. And so you might find that you're kind of in that pile as well, that you're kind of feeling like, you know what, I want to fantasize about the kind of love I want to have and the relationship I want to have. I want to create it. I want to manifest it. I want to think about it. But I don't know if I want to take action on it or commit to anything or overextend. What I'm getting from this pile is you might still be healing from something in the past and not sure if you're ready to really start a new relationship. So I would say that there may be that piece as well. I get also with the Seven of Cups, it might be that you have hot passion, but you may not have commitment. It might be that the person you want isn't committing, or it might be that for you, you're like, you know what, I could engage myself here, but I don't know if I want to really invest in this and bring this forward in like a very major way. So there is that. So then I get the Ace of Wands, which does represent hot sexual passion and also wanting a new beginning and wanting to move forward right away. Oh, hello, little Lucky. Do you want to say hello to the people? How about I help you get down so you don't knock over everything and make a mess of everything? So with the Ace of Wands, it does seem like there is something that you do want a new beginning in, though. So there is that. So that's interesting. And we're definitely going to look deeper and see what these details are. So it's interesting. So it seems like going back to something from the past, or revisiting or healing something from the past, where you can start a new beginning, even if you're not going to be overly committed or, you know, ultimately committed right away. So I feel like for you that maybe going back to the past is going to be able to help you move on and move on from something and then start the beginning of a forward motion journey, but maybe not commit or be involved in something super serious right now. So with the Grace card, this is the Star, but it's so interesting because I always look at this as temperance, and I know it's not temperance, but to me it always has that vibe, you know, like with an angel coming in. So I always feel like it's like the temperance energy, even though it's a star. So I'm going to take both meanings actually for you, because I do feel like that does come through for me, for you intuitively. So I would say that for you in the past, you've really done a good job with hope. You've really done a good job with like following your path and following your destiny, being patient and really focusing your eye on the prize, focusing on what you want ultimately above all else. And I do like how this is upright. So it does feel like in the past you have regained a sense of hope, which is good. It just seems like maybe something from the past is going to benefit you as you focus on it so that you can move forward into your future. So there is that. As November deepens and goes along, I do get the Two of Coins in reverse. So again, it seems like for you, you're not going to be like juggling multiple things. I don't feel like you're going to be scattering your energy and like being promiscuous or, you know, have a variety of people. It feels like for you that you, again, you're pretty sure about like what you want. You're pretty sure about what you're looking for. I don't feel like you're going to be like juggling a lot. I feel like you're going to be pretty decisive actually. Zodiac signs that are showing up, I do get with the Star. I get Aries and I get Aries and Aquarius energy as well that also show up for you, just so you know. Not that you have to be those signs, but I do see those signs coming through. I get the Nine of Wands in reverse, and they're saying what they want to remind you of is the battle is not over. So it's also kind of like if you've been feeling like you've been wanting to take yourself out of the dating game, or if you've been wanting to like, you know, I would say two messages now, okay, are coming through. So one, if you feel like you've been wanting to take yourself out of the dating game, they're like, no, get back out there. They're like, no, get back on the horse, basically. You know, you can't really like take yourself out, you know, you can regain your energy, regain your strength, and keep moving. Another one is the relationship battle is not over. So again, some of you are reconnecting with somebody from the past. So maybe somebody you thought was over, but now there's an opportunity, or your higher self will bring in somebody from the past for you in order to bring you something beautiful. So I would say that there's probably two messages coming through. So either way, I feel like something is not done, something is not over. If you want something to be over, it may be that maybe you're needing to close something off or get closure. Maybe you're needing to permanently like shut the door, that kind of thing. Maybe the door is still open, but it does seem like there is something to be gained for you with learning about something, experiencing something. Now, what I get for your conscious mind, what you're going to be experiencing for November, for your love life in general, is the Fool. I get innocence here. So I would say for you that actually November is going to be a time period where you're going to be feeling pretty good and happy. You're going to be feeling like, oh, alrighty then. I see with the innocence card that, you know, November is pretty fun for me. I feel like I could actually start this new beginning, this Ace of Wands. So you're going to be feeling pretty optimistic, which I love. And really that hope, that star in the past, is you really have been regaining or having a sense of like optimism in regards to love. So I feel like you're going to be very optimistic in November. And I feel like it's warranted. Like, I don't feel like you're being delusional in that way. I feel like it's very warranted, and that's beautiful. I'm getting some Gemini energy, some Sagittarius energy. So that's beautiful. Relationships are actually going to be a little more peaceful for you and a little less difficult. And also with the battle being over, I feel like it's about sometimes putting the hard work into something. And I would say with the Nine of Swords in reverse that it's like, you're not like wanting to like be with somebody though that's going to be like driving you crazy, making you anxious, making you not sleep. Like, I feel like you want like a very peaceful, calm relationship. And I feel like for you, the person that shows up is going to be no drama. They're not going to be like messing around with your energy and like making you feel all twisted and confused. So I feel like that's beautiful. So the Nine of Swords in this case is like, it's going to be peaceful. It's going to be easier. So that's good. And what I feel like for you is what you want above all else is you're really wanting a deeper form of healing. You might be doing some trauma therapy. You might be healing yourself in a deep way. You might be channeling in ways that are very like helpful for you. So this Three of Swords is beautiful when it's in reverse because the swords are falling out of the heart. It's basically like you also probably have done a lot of healing work already and now you're at the tail end of it. Or you might feel like, oh, there's still a piece in my childhood I have to revisit to move forward. Or, oh, what's that additional piece that I need to work on? So I feel like that's going to help you out a lot. And then for your final message for the Two of Coins as November progresses, yeah, I get the Three of Wands in reverse. So I feel like for you, you're also not going to choose a long distance relationship. You're not going to choose anything complicated, anything difficult, anything high maintenance, anything that makes you anxious, anything that's stressing you out or making you feel panicked. I feel like for you, anything like cozy, nurturing, local is good. Anything safe and loving is good. I feel like for you that you are hopeful about the future, but with the Three of Wands in reverse, I feel like you're also living in the moment in a way where you're trying not to get too ahead of yourself. But I'd also feel like that doesn't rule out you planning for the future because I do feel like you are a planner. So I do feel like you like to plan for the future and be smart and make wise choices for your future self. But I would also say that maybe you're not also focusing too much on the horizon, if that makes sense. So you're not juggling things. You're not in long distance relationships. You're not even really maybe wanting to travel. You're kind of wanting to stay put maybe. So there is that piece there. But I do feel like there's a hope and an optimism that pervades this reading, which is beautiful. All right, so now let me see a little bit about romantic partners coming in. I'm kind of feeling like, all right, who is this peaceful person? I like that. And then who is somebody you could start a new beginning with? And I want to see a little bit about what is making November fun for you. I want to see what is a thing from the past that you're getting more information about. So here are some kind of areas that I want to look deeper into in regards to your situation here. So let's see. All right, so I have a Mirror's Love Oracle, and I'm going to pull some cards in regards to each of these scenarios, each of these categories and kind of situations that you're going to be experiencing. So I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yay! Okay, we have it perfect. 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, excellent. I was hoping we would have an even number for them, and I wasn't sure if we would, but we do, so that's great. So I'm loving this, and because you guys are the last pile I am filming, even though you are pile 3, I have completed the Amira's Love Oracle, so that's great. Okay, so we're going to look with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So who is this peaceful person that you're connecting with in November? And I don't take reversals for the Oracle. It's going to be somebody sexy who has dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes. I would say maybe somebody mixed race, maybe somebody Spanish, somebody Italian, somebody Chinese, somebody like African. I feel like there's going to be something where this person is maybe racially ambiguous. I would say this is very beautiful for you, maybe Native American. It seems like that there is somebody that is a tall, dark, and handsome coming into your life. And I get family and communication. So this person is in very good communication with their family. They're extremely family oriented. I feel like you're going to have good communication with them. They might have children of their own, or they might be a good parent too if you have kids of your own, or you may blend families. But I would say this person has strong family values, which is what makes you feel peaceful. Because 1, you're going to feel like, okay, I can trust them. And then 2, you're going to feel like, oh, all right. Also, we are aligned with family values when it comes to our future in regards to what we want to do in regards to children and family dynamics. So that's great. They might even have the same shared values as you in regards to their family of origin, like their parents and their siblings and stuff. So they might look at their family similar to you as well. So you might be on the same page with a lot. And that's going to be something where you feel peaceful because you're going to feel like, okay, we feel really aligned. Also, the communication seems very good and effective. And so if there is any situation that comes up, you're not going to be like obsessing about it for weeks. I feel like this is something that you guys address immediately. You talk about it, it gets resolved, you guys progress forward. So that is very beautiful. So I would say keep your eye out for this one, or you might already be connecting with a guy like that. Then I get the Ace of Wands. So who is this new beginning? All right, so where I feel like you probably don't have multiple people, I do feel like there are multiple ones of you watching with different scenarios. So if you are in already a peaceful dynamic, you will probably be continuing with him with this energy. If you, or you may be a masculine yourself and you might look like this, and it might be that you meet somebody that is great with communication, with strong family values in regards to you, and this could be a hint for you in regards to being able to identify this. This person coming in or this person that you're with. If you are in a situation where you're ready to start a new beginning in November and maybe meet somebody new, I feel like for you, you would be overcoming shyness. You would be overcoming being a wallflower and making yourself get out there. You might have to challenge yourself to go outside your comfort zone. You might have somebody that just comes to you, but I do feel like this actually requires maybe a little bit of work on your part where you have to overcome this. I do like the dating queen. So I do feel like if you're like, you know what, I've spent too much time indoors. I've spent too much time on myself. I need to challenge myself, get outside my comfort zone and get over my shyness. I need to move forward now. I need to be able to, with the dating queen, be able to maybe open myself up to dating. And you might go on some dates with people, but the one that stands out that maybe you latch onto or that seems to be more viable for you is this light-haired masculine. So it seems like he might have blonde or red hair, I would say, or light brown hair, might have blue eyes, green eyes, light eyes. So I would say that the person that you would connect to, especially if you yourself identify as this one, I would say that you would find somebody that maybe even looks like you. Sometimes they call them your doppelbanger. So you might connect with that. So there is that. Also, I do feel like that this person that you would be connecting to, if it's just one, you might meet this person and just one. So this card represents, it looks like there's multiple suitors, but with this guy, maybe he just gives you multiple presents. It might be that this person's very financially generous or gives lots of gifts or is a gift love language, or you might be. So there is that. Then I see for you how you're having fun this November, how it feels a little carefree and lighthearted. For you, I am getting young female destiny, mature woman. So I feel like for you, number one, you're always remembering and keeping in mind that you know that you have a destiny. You know you have a grand plan. You know that like something up there or something higher than us is planning it for us. And so because of that, you're feeling very secure. You're feeling very good. So regardless of what's happening in your love life, your spiritual faith is actually making you feel peace of mind. So that's actually also really beautiful. So for you, you know that you have a destiny. You know that you are on the right track. And regardless of what comes up for you, that you know that you're going to be always taken care of and that you're all right. So that is what makes you feel like you can have the optimism that you have, the hope that you have, and the secure feeling that you have. Because it's like, regardless of who you're dating or regardless of who you're in love with, it seems like either way, you know you're taken care of and protected, like I would say by God or by a spiritual power. So there is that. So you have that faith, you have that security. I get young female and mature woman. You might be somebody who has a daughter. You might be a mom with a daughter. You might be somebody who has matured and grown in your life, and you have gone from a young woman to a mature woman. You might feel like, you know what? I know that as I go on my path, and I age, I will always have a destiny. I will always be protected and watched out for. So I would say this is more of like your spiritual path. I would say also if you are, let's say, somebody looking for feminines, I would say you might have two feminines that you could connect with. It might be that you've met with, or actually no, it's one. You would either be, you would remember and connect with this person that you met a long time ago when they were a young woman, and now you're meeting them again or connecting with them again now as they are an older woman or more mature woman on your path. Or you yourself might be like, you know what, I'm reconnecting with somebody from the past, and it's somebody that I knew and loved when I was young, when I was a young woman, and now I am reconnecting with them now in later life when I'm more of a mature woman. So I feel like there is this. So there may be somebody from the past for you that also you feel like, you know what, I've always felt a destiny with this person. I've always felt a connection. This is really reinforcing my faith that something beautiful will happen for me and that I'm being watched over after all, that kind of thing. And then I get the Six of Swords in reverse. So the thing that you're meant to go back and figure out, heal, or get more information about or get closure with, so you can move on or move forward in your life. Dating, true love, and spiritual growth. Yes. So either you would be like psychoanalyzing, healing, or doing therapy with somebody that you had been dating who was like a true love to you, and this is your spiritual growth. This is how you're growing as a person. So you might be like doing the reflections and like healing work in regards to this. So yeah, most of you would be going through a spiritual growth in regards to this person from the past, in regards to your love life, your childhood traumas, like anything you've gone through in your life that is worth healing from or that is necessary to heal from. I feel like there is that. But really, I feel like there's probably one major primary relationship that you would be healing from, somebody that you were dating who was like a true love for you that either you're going back to or that you are healing from or that you are growing because of this and reflecting about. So there is that. So that is very beautiful for you guys. So I love this. All right. Now I'm going to look to see if you have a person already on your mind this month. What will your connection be like between you and this person in November? All right, so we're going to use Let's Fall in Love Oracle, and we're going to see what's going on between you and a person this month. How are things going to be between you and your person? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I get creating illusions. So you might have somebody that is confusing for you. That might be where you're also going back to the past or figuring something out so that you can get some more information. If you feel like maybe they have been confusing, then I feel like that they will be giving you a lot more clarity. So there is this. You yourself might be in a little bit of an avoidance space. You might be the one being chased. You might be the one a little elusive. I feel like for you, you might be the one creating an illusion, or you might feel like, you know what, I think I need to really, see if there's anything that I've been in denial about or avoiding in my past that I really need to like get to the bottom of or figure something out or heal from, that kind of thing. So I can feel safe to be authentic and transparent with myself and with people who love me. All right, then I got your back. So yes, there's definitely going to be somebody that gives you a lot of love and support. I feel like this person does show up in a physical way. I feel like that they definitely will support you if you need them. They will help you if you need them, and vice versa. You probably would be there for them and help them if they needed it as well. So there is this. Then I get you belong to me, which is very romantic. So some of you may have somebody that you guys are actually in a very official commitment with, or you might feel like even if you're not committed, that you belong to each other in your hearts, in your souls. You might feel like, wow, you know what? This is really my person. This is really somebody that makes me feel safe and secure, or this is really somebody that I feel really, really connected to, and on a soul level, on a spiritual level. Then I get no one else's opinions matter. It seems like you or they or both of you are going to be moving on and moving forward from people-pleasing tendencies and behaviors, and from really taking other people's considerations over your own understandings, your own wisdoms, your own preferences. So if you or your person has really been like prioritizing other people's opinions, or if you've been prioritizing other people's opinions over your own guidance, over your own judgment, over your own wisdom, then I would say that is going to be something that changes in November, and you're going to be really tuning in and tapping into your own intuitions above other people's, good intentions or biases. That kind of thing. So you're really going to be trusting your own selves, which is really beautiful in regards to making choices. I feel like I finally found the person I've been looking for my entire life. So you might actually be connecting with or deepening something in the month of November where you guys are going to the next level of commitment, or you just might be connecting with somebody and having a new beginning with somebody, or rekindling something from the past with somebody where you're like, you know what, this person is so deeply connected with me. We are so bonded on a soul level. I have their back and they have mine. They belong to me, I belong to them. Nobody else's opinions matter but ours. We really, really have connected with each other in this beautiful way, which is amazing. And this person is really somebody I've been searching for so long. So that is gorgeous. And then I get things are heating up. And then the last card, after you guys are really like building, developing, or getting in touch with, or acknowledging and accepting all of your spiritual bond, then I get things are heating up. So you guys get a little sexy and passionate, which is very cool. So I love this for you guys. That is very sexy and I love it. So you guys definitely have the opportunity in November to be a hot and sexy match. So very good. All right, now I am going to go to your final message before going to the extended, and I'm going to make this a little layered, so it's going to be fun. I have for you guys 3 piles. This will be interactive, and you guys are going to pick the pile that you are drawn to the most. If you have multiple people, which I feel like is rare for this pile, but if you do, then I would say you can pick 1 pile per person that you have on your mind. But really, if there's 1 person, I would say it's good to pick only 1 pile per person, because it can be a little confusing if the messages are conflicting. So I would really always recommend that. But of course, trust your own intuition and guidance. Then I have for you cosmic insights. So let's see here. So I have 1, 2, 3. And I have romance angels. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do another Let's Fall in Love oracle to see how will your November be. All right, so we have those piles for you. So I'm going to be symbolizing, oh, I love it. Okay, so the first pile will be with us Kuan Yin here. And Kuan Yin is beautiful. She is either amethyst or fluorite, I forget now, but probably amethyst. So that's gorgeous. And then if you're attracted to this pile, we're going to symbolize it. I'm going to give you a little like orange aura here. That's gorgeous here. So we'll symbolize you there. And then the third pile, I will have a quartz with some black tourmaline, very protective. And I'm going to symbolize this pile in this way. So feel free to pick, let's see, do I want to move you up? Yeah, okay, cute. All right, so feel free to pick your pile. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide which pile draws you in, and unpause the video whenever you are ready. 1, 2, and or 3. All right, guys. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my video, for your likes, for your shares, for your comments, for all of the times when you've watched my ads in the background while you've done something else and they've played on silent so they don't bother you. After 30 seconds, I get credit for that. So thank you guys for doing that, as well as all of your donations to the channel. Thank you guys for donating. And if you want to donate, my link is in the description box. You guys can scroll down for my PayPal, my Venmo, or my Super Thanks button. Also, if you guys have not subscribed, I invite you guys to subscribe. I did just have, and I'm still in the middle of, my 8-video Halloween series, which hopefully you guys will stay tuned this Friday. I will have a Halloween finale on Halloween night. So that's going to be really fun. There's going to be all sorts of psychic messages, psychic games, all sorts of cool stuff for you guys. So definitely tap in. I love it so much. And then I have some fall videos coming up. And of course, the holiday videos in December will be fun too. So hopefully you guys will stick around. So definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you guys would like a private reading from me, you can get a hold of me at fairyastrology.com. And I give you guys readings over video call or over the phone in regards to anything you want to know, especially in regards to love or anything else. So I'm here for you if you need me. All right. So back to your reading before we go to your extended. For you guys, if you have picked this beautiful Kuan Yin, how things are going to be for you in November, I get for you, I'm not sure if I can trust your intentions. And that's another thing. So for the most part, I feel like you guys are not going to be very anxious, but there may be some peace from the past that you're healing in regards to trust or trust issues. It might be about going back to something from the past to heal this so that you can move forward in your life in general, or maybe with a person that you have in mind. So there is this. So it might be about rebuilding trust or building trust. I also get finances and career. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I have this for you. So you guys are also going to be figuring out, what do you guys want to do in regards to your finances, your career? Is it compatible with this relationship? What do you want to do, and how does it support your love life? And vice versa. What is their career like? Is that supporting or hindering your love life? Then I get moving, a change of residence or moving in with your partner. So it seems like for you, you guys might. And it's interesting how you're like, I'm not sure if I want to overly commit, but maybe you're cool with moving in, but not getting married. Maybe you're cool with certain things, but not others. So it seems like for you that moving is going to be important. It might be that you guys need to move to be together. It might be that you are moving and that will affect who you're dating, maybe who's around you or who you're connecting with. Or it might be that you or they are moving in together, or maybe they are moving and changing their residence so that it can support this connection. So it seems like moving is going to be important. And then I get love call, expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you and informing you. So somebody has you on their mind in November, and they are absolutely going to be very open with telling you about it. So that is beautiful. So you'll probably be on the phone talking and communicating to your love. So that's great. Then I get for you guys, if you have picked this orange aura, so I feel like for you, I get we need to talk. So your person wants to talk to you. They want to meet up. And I love how there are 2 cups here in this card. So it's kind of like the 2 of Cups card. We need to talk. We need to talk about us. We need to talk about commitment. We need to talk about our relationship. So you have somebody that would like to meet up with you in person, I feel. And I also feel like you guys are going to have a conversation in November that's important. And I get separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. For some of you, and I don't get the message that most of you are breaking up with somebody in November. That's not at all what I got from the vibe from the cards. But I feel like maybe your person wants to talk to you about, if you guys are in separation, they might want to talk to you about getting back together. There is that person from the past that is resurfacing. They also might be in November with you, feeling like you guys need to talk about what happened when you guys broke up, or what happened when, you ended the connection. They might feel like we need to talk because we have not spent a lot of time together and I miss you. So you guys might have been in separation, or you guys might have been kind of like alone a lot. And so I feel like your person wants to clear that up and address it. So I feel like your person wants to come back in and talk to you if you guys are broken up. Yeah, I get spy. Somebody's got their eye on you and you are doing your research. Obviously, my sweet little owl, who is a very wise darling. So, one, I feel like they're probably spying on your social media. This is probably your ex. This is probably the person from the past that you guys knew when you guys were younger, or that they were younger and now, well, both of you would be younger from the past. And that you guys are wondering about this situation. Yeah, because I feel like that they are definitely rehashing things in their mind about things you guys have done or said, especially with this card. They might be spying on your social media. They might be wanting to know information about you. They might be trying to figure out like what's going on. So there is that. So I do get that information. So you guys might be spying, you yourself might be investigating them and trying to do some research. Then I get old school, and it's basically about reminiscing from the past. So outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. And I get this like VHS tape, which is very like outdated technology now, but kind of vintage, kind of hipster. Your person might be a little vintage, a little hipster. But I would say that for you guys also might be revisiting or rehashing what happened in your life in your past when you guys have gone through breakups or separations with people. How do you want to treat this relationship differently? And I feel like they're going to be reminiscing about how you guys used to be and wanting to rekindle. So there is that. Now, for those of you who have picked this quartz with tourmaline, your connection, I get, in my time of darkness, I find the light in your eyes. So it seems like your person is really looking for you and that you are a source of solace for them. You are a source of love and you are a guiding light, which is beautiful. I get for you attraction. Yes, your person is super attracted to you. They are very much connected to you in very powerful ways. They think you are absolutely physically the most beautiful. So that's beautiful. And also I feel like for you, you're going to be really enjoying living in the moment because it says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So that's great. Then I get for you narcissist. Somebody is too full of themselves. So you might be having a situation where maybe you do come across somebody who is a little bit of a narcissist or has narcissist tendencies. You also might be healing from people who are narcissists or who, you know, you connected with in the past who have narcissist personality traits. So there is that. You also might just be connecting with somebody in November who has a overconfidence when it comes to you because of how attracted to you they are, and they're a little overzealous, a little overamorous. They might be a little too cocky or a little too full of themselves. So it might be that you're like with somebody that's maybe a fire sign. So there is this as well. And then I get abundance, which is great. So money and finances. I get positive mindset, manifest gratitude and bliss and blessings, which makes so much sense. So I love positive mindset. I do feel like you guys are optimistic and hopeful about the November connections. I feel like that's beautiful. I love how you guys are going to be able to manifest not just love, but also money, which we will look deeper at in the extended. So if you guys are connecting with wanting to see how your finances and career are, you may want to join me in the extended. I love how it's gratitude, bliss, blessings. Like you're going to feel like, you know what, maybe there's this person that's a little like cocky. Maybe they're a little too full of themselves and maybe they are like very confident. Maybe they are highly attractive and they're just used to people always like validating them. And so because of this, it seems like maybe you're used to this person being a little like comical with like how confident they are about their looks and everything like that. And it might be a little funny. But I would say for you that you do feel grateful for this person, that they are a blessing in your life and that it is beautiful. All right. So now if you guys, this is what I have for you. If you guys are joining me in the extended to figure out everything else coming up in your life in November, then feel free to go to the description box now and scroll down. You are pile 3. You are the wise owl, and I will see you guys there. And if you guys are not joining me, no worries. I will see you guys next time in another reading, in another video, in my archives, in maybe my Halloween special on Friday. And I will see you guys in the comments. And if you want a private reading, I am here for you. See you guys later. Bye. Hi Pile 4! Welcome to your reading today where we are focusing on what is coming up for you in November. Happy birthday to my Scorpio Sagittarius babies. I am very excited for you guys for your birthday month, and for the rest of you, I am so glad you guys are here. So you guys have picked some cute things. This is, to be absolutely honest with you, telling you secrets. This is my favorite one. Out of all the cute little fall objects that I have picked for you guys, this is my absolute favorite. So I'm loving this little fall fox house. Very, very cute. So I'm definitely putting this in frame for you so you can see it. Yes, we'll put it like this. Even if it's a little less space, it's all good. I'm still gonna play around with foxes for you. And also I decided to bring out, you guys might remember this fox from a video that I used in the past for a fall love video for you guys a few years ago, but I'm breaking him out again because he's super cute, but I'm gonna put him down here with a little fall pumpkin action for you, so I do have a little extra table. You guys have also picked this beautiful little pumpkin, and you guys have picked The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread for you today, and then I'm going to mess it all up. The first card is going to represent where your higher self is guiding you during the month of November, and I am going to do reversals for this part of it because it does give me extra information that is very helpful. So I'm going to put this card here. More details about where your higher self is guiding you in November. The past, what have you already done, or what has happened to bring you to where you are now? The future, basically as November deepens and progresses, maybe as we even approach Sagittarius season, how are things going to be? A warning or reminder for you in regards to what they need you to know for November, how you're going to be experiencing November predominantly. People showing up for you, even though we might also have additional people showing up in the rest of the spread. So there is that, but this is definitely symbolizing people in your life in November romantically. And then what do you want above all else in November? And then an additional future card in regards to as November deepens and progresses along, how is it going to be for you? All right, so let's look at some of this fun action. All right, guys, so okay, this is interesting. I get the 9 of Cups in reverse. And so the 9 of Water, or 9 of Cups in reverse, is that you might be, and gosh, I just feel like, did you guys in October pick the first pile, that little pink jack-o'-lantern? Because this is the same card in the same spot. So if you guys are here because you picked the same pumpkin as the pink jack-o'-lantern and then you picked the foxes, this is the same card in the same spot in the same reversed position. So I just think that's just so interesting. So for those of you that are here, this might be further confirmation for you or a continuation of October's reading. For those of you who are picking this pile for the first time and did not pick the pink jack-o'-lantern in October, there might be messages in that reading for you. And I would say that this for you is just interesting because you're meant to not give in to hedonist desires. Your higher self is maybe guiding you to be more disciplined, to maybe be able to focus more on serious matters. Usually the 9 of Cups upright is the ultimate happiness. It's wishes and dreams coming true, but it can also be about pleasure, self-indulgence, and hedonism. So with it in reverse, they're wanting you, or you might still be grieving maybe dreams that didn't come true, things that didn't work out, or you might be feeling or needing to be guided to maybe not give in to hedonist or overly hedonist, overly self-indulgent things in your love life. So I would say this is about making the smart, wise choices instead of maybe making the choices that just like gratify you in the moment, you know? I get Queen of Cups, though, upright, which is great. So Queen of Water. This is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energy, especially for the Divine Feminine. I love this card because this represents, like, even if, or I would say even in addition to, you not giving in to, like, overly self-indulgence, overly, you know, hedonistic things. They're saying maybe it's about still, though, sometimes we give in to hedonist desires because we're trying to like meet a need in us. We're trying to like do self-care. We're trying to like treat ourselves, pamper ourselves, all that stuff. But they're saying still do the self-care, still do the pampering, still treat yourself, but maybe not like give in to the like sexy temptation that's bad for you. You know, that kind of thing. So there is this, or in moderation. So still do self-care, still do self-love, still treat yourself, pamper yourself, but keep it in moderation this month. But I love the Queen of Cups because this means that you're really mastering self-love. You're really honoring yourself and you're really tapping into and tuning into like a beautiful romantic love energy. I get the Chariot in reverse, which represents Cancer zodiac sign energy showing up now. And I always see, even though people don't normally associate this with Sagittarius, how can you see a Chariot and not connect it to Sagittarius? So I would say Sag is showing up as well. So with this Chariot energy, I feel like for you that it's like You're wanting things to move forward, but maybe things aren't. And so you're feeling like, well, then maybe I'll just gratify myself and indulge myself in whatever I want. Because it seems like there may be a frustration with things not moving forward, or maybe if you're feeling like I can't have it now, then maybe I'll just do whatever I want in the meantime, which usually, like, honestly, I'm all in favor of. So for you, I would say there may be a bigger reason, or there's a reason why they're maybe wanting you to not do that, or to wait, or to something. So the Chariot in reverse, Queen of Cups and Nine of Cups. That's very interesting. What's happened in the past to bring you to this situation? Okay, it's because something didn't work out for you. So I get the Lovers card in reverse. And this is so similar to the Jack-o'-lantern, pink Jack-o'-lantern reading from October. So it just seems like, again, it's maybe a continuation of that for you guys. So I would say that maybe a love relationship did not work out in the past. And so now you're being tempted to just kind of like go wild. Girls gone wild, you know. F-boy energy kind of situation. So I would say that, yeah, you're just being guided not to do that. Or maybe you were guided not to do that in October, but you were like, doing it anyway. You know, like back on my bullshit. So it seems like maybe you are being given a stronger message. Maybe they're like, you didn't hear me the first time. Maybe I need to speak louder. So it's interesting. Lovers energies, Gemini energy. So there is this, because you're grieving or mourning a relationship that did not work out. What you're meant to do, or what you're going to be doing or experiencing as November continues along and deepens along. Strength card, yes, I love this. So this is Leo energy, be the Leo. I would say to really master that self-love. And that's really what it is. So maybe there's something about that hedonist self-indulgence that's not self-loving, it's just self-gratifying. I think that's maybe the discernment that you're going to be applying and learning and utilizing during the month of November. That it's about self-love, self-respect, self-honoring, and putting yourself first, and not necessarily self-gratifying or hedonistic stuff, because that's not necessarily self-loving, even though it can sometimes feel that way. Sometimes it can feel like, well, I'm just going to meet all my needs, no matter what they are. Even if I do like dangerous behaviors, high risk, risky behaviors, whatever, I'm just going to meet all my needs because I have this need. So I'm meeting it. That's self-love. So for you, you might be discovering the nuances of what self-love actually is, or, you know, sticking to being responsible instead of necessary, because it's self-honoring, instead of necessarily being like seeking pleasure, which can be self-destructive, maybe. So maybe it's more like that. There is that, but I like how the Queen of Cups and the Strength card are upright. So if you're going to get some cards upright, I'm glad it's those. What they want to remind you about as you move forward is Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So they want to remind you that it's still about keeping your independence, because the Nine of Pentacles, usually upright, is about independence, freedom, and singleness. With it in reverse, it seems like maybe you'll be in a commitment. So maybe you'll be in a situationship that doesn't really serve you, but that's really like pleasure seeking. Maybe you would be, and we'll look at that. Maybe with the Nine of Coins, it's really about for you to, as you're being guided by your guides, to maybe it's about not giving into like the random hookups when you're wanting commitment as your number one goal. So it might be about like setting your goals, sticking to your guns, really like sticking to what you need to do. So there is that energy. So Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Also for you, you may be still trying to build yourself, and you know, I'm doing an extended mainly for this part, but you might be trying to like bail yourself out of a financial hole that maybe has happened. So the Nine of Pentacles is really about being able to maybe rebuild your finances. And maybe that's where they're like, you know, stop running around chasing every stupid person that doesn't want to commit to you. You want a major relationship. You want self-love and honoring and nurturing yourself. And you need to rebuild your money anyway. So maybe that should be your focus for November, I feel like they're saying. So there's a little bit of that energy going on. And again, I have an extended after this reading where I'm going to be focusing on for you. I'm going to be focusing on what else is coming up in November in addition to or besides romantic love. So the money part might be more of a highlight there. So definitely check out the extended if you're curious to know about like everything else happening in November. So how you're going to experience November might be a time of heavy burdens. It also might be a time where you're feeling very strongly activated by a soul contract or a soulmate. That 10 of Wands can be sometimes carrying the weight of the world, you might feel extra responsibility or extra pressure during November. In regards to your love life, you're going to feel a very strong soul contract with somebody. And it's interesting because I'm not seeing people show up here, but they will show up most likely in the next segment of what I'm going to do for this. So it's very interesting because really I'm getting that they're saying, and maybe it's that the people just really are not at all important. Maybe they are so minor or one night stands or just like fantasies about people that they're not even showing up really so much in this reading in prominent ways. Because really, like, focusing on yourself and your self-love is like a strong theme. Avoiding or having self-discipline when it comes to hedonistic, kind of self-destructive stuff is another theme. And I'm getting the heavy burden. So there may be somebody that you do feel a soulmate contract with. Then I get for you the King of Fire. Here we go. Here is this hottie that shows up. I was like, where are the divine masculines? Are you not getting one? You're getting one. That not only shows up, but it shows up in the most powerful part of the Celtic Cross for you, the romantic relationship partner spot. So I'm loving it, and it's upright. So we have an upright queen. We have an upright king. So they're saying for you that it's going to be about managing the nuances between the two of you. And what I love, and not to say that this is, not to get ahead of myself, because we still have 2 more cards, but I would say that I like how so far, this is the only predominant one in your life. It seems like this is the major one, the primary one, maybe the only one. Maybe you're like, I only have my heart set, Solaris, on one king. So there is this, but I am loving this King of Fire. We get Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy showing up, even though you don't have to be these signs, but there is that. And you probably feel a very strong soulmate contract with this King of Fire, this King of Wands, which is ironic because that's what showed up, I believe, that's what showed up in November. I know it showed up in September, but it might have been also a carryover from October there as well. What do you want above all else? 6 of Wands, you're wanting victory and success, obviously. You're wanting things to work out. You're wanting the 2 of you to walk into the sunset together or maybe ride off in a hot air balloon. So there is this. So you're really wanting to be able to be with this King of Wands. You're wanting it to show up. You're feeling a soulmate contract with him. And you are, with this one anyway, not to say him, because obviously genders are neutral. It's just based on energies. But I would say yes. So you're really wanting with this king for it to show up. And I get the 6 of Fire. You're really wanting this. Leo success. Leo energy showing up strong with strength, King of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So strong Leo energy. I love that. And even though the Lovers card I always see as Gemini energy, I do also have a lion on this one for you. So I also want to say Leo energy here. So like 4 Leos, very strong. So definitely very strong energy here. So there is that. So yeah, you want victory and success, obviously. You're wanting your person, this King of Wands, to be a hero for you. 10 of Swords upright. And the Strength card upright. The thing is though, as November goes along, you may end certain cycles, certain elements or dynamics or certain things, or go through an ending in regards to this King of Wands, or you might go through, or King of Wands might end something in their life to be with you, or it might be ending of a interrelationship, like an interrelationship cycle. So if you guys are caught up in the same dynamics or the same cycle, maybe that can come to an end. What I love though is you are either going to be strong enough to end things or end a dynamic or end a pattern, or ending a dynamic or ending a pattern will lead to your ultimate strength and reclaiming your self-love. So those are 2 very strong dynamics. Now, I apologize for having to say this. I know people don't love to watch these readings and be like, ending, coming up in the future. But I would say for you, like, I truly in my heart believe, 1, I need to be honest with you. And 2, I feel like it's actually in your favor. So there is this piece. So I don't want you to worry so much about the ending, because I feel like that this is necessary and needs to happen for you guys to either have a healthy dynamic with this King of Wands, or for you to be able to move forward with your self-love, and you are strong enough to handle whatever you need to do. So I just want to let you know those things. So obviously now we're going to go to the next piece where I'm going to use Amira's Love Oracle. I'm going to be able to check into some things. So obviously we need to see the love relationship that did not work out. So we got the Lovers in reverse. I'm going to look at that. I want to look at what the ending is. Well, not in this section, but maybe I want to look at okay, I'm going to look at this before we go to the love oracle. I want to see what this ending is because I know it's going to bother you. It's going to bother me. So we're going to look at it. But, all right. Why are you not wanting to be so, or guided to be so hedonistic? We're going to look at that. So why did the love not work out? Or who? Why are you guided to not be so hedonistic, or who is this person? Nine of Pentacles is just like focus on your bag, focus on that. Things aren't moving forward with the love. All right, then we get you. I'm going to look at Queen of Cups and Strength is, and this I feel like is all together. King of Wands, who is this hottie that you feel a soulmate contract with? So we'll put 10 of Wands and King of Fire together. And obviously you want victory there. So we'll give you a little extra luck here. So we got that. All right, so we have 3 energies we're going to look at for you. The love that didn't work out, who is this hedonistic person that you want to be with, and who is a soulmate contract, King of Wands for you. And then I'm going to pull a few tarot cards on this ending. All right, so first we're going to look at the ending. We don't need this one. All right, first we're going to look at the ending. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Tell me about this ending. I won't do reversals for this part because I want some clarity for you. First, this one wants to come out. What's this ending? What's this ending? What's this ending? All right. We're not doing reversals. I get Magician. This is something you're manifesting. This is something that you or the King of Wands is wanting. Now, I want to say the King of Wands is the only person card that has shown up in this spread besides you, the Queen of Cups. So I would say that all your energy, besides maybe this hedonistic one, which could be the King of Fire, or it could be that the hedonistic one is somebody else, a temptation, a meantime person, maybe a temptation away from the King of Wands, but it seems like there is that. And that could be another thing. It could be that they're like, oh, if you're with the King of Wands and wanting to like build with him, don't cheat on him with this little hedonistic temptation that you could have. So it could be that there's a temptation for you, or like a distraction. Or it could be that if you can't be with the King of Fire, but you guys have a soulmate contract, you're tempted to maybe bide your time in this little hedonistic way with somebody else. Or it could be that the King of Fire is the hedonist. That you're like, I just want to like overindulge in it, even if it's destructive. You know that. So I'm getting Magician energy. So you definitely have been manifesting some stuff, my darling. You have been manifesting this. This is what you want. So this 10 of Swords is something that you've been wanting for a while. 8 of Coins. You're wanting things to be more consistent. So there is that. So you're wanting somebody to be commitment oriented, consistent with you, giving you more time, giving you more attention, more energy, more investment, things being more stable. And Page of Cups. Here you go. Here's your heart. Here is your Princess of Love. So there is that. Okay. So you're manifesting somebody to give you more love, consistent basis. So the ending is either going to be you're ending it with the hedonist person or the King of Fire in order for you to be able to get consistent love. So there is that. So I'm loving that, actually. So you're ending something so that you can get something more stable and more consistent and more heart-centered, more reliable, somebody showing up for you in a bigger, more beautiful way. So I'm loving this. Okay, so this ending is positive. Don't you worry. This ending is getting you stable, consistent, committed, more love. So just know that as well. And you may have to go through that for you to get what you ultimately want. All right. So now I'm going to go to, we're going to do, yes, and that's that ending. So we're done with that. All right. Now we're going to do Amir's Love Oracle. Who is this love that did not work out for you? Obviously you know, but I'm curious. Who is this hedonist person? And then who is this King of Wands? Who you have a soulmate contract with. All right. So we want to know the love that didn't work out could be a long distance because the Chariot shows up. So it could be geographic distance. It could be for that reason. What's going on? Karma, freedom, love triangle. Okay. So it was a third party situation that did not work out in your favor, my sweet love. And you are probably very aware of this. I apologize if there was cheating involved. If they were in a third party, if you were in a third party, I know that either way it's painful. So I'm getting love triangle. So there was definitely third party energy and it did not work out in your favor. I am getting freedom. So it left you probably independent and single either way. So there is that. And I get karma. So it was a karmic relationship, or maybe it even left you guys with some karma if there was infidelity there. So it does seem like there is this, and it did not work out, and it was tough for you. Who is this hedonist? He's your king. Okay, it's the King of Wands, because I'm getting this Ice King here. So I get that it's this for you. So your Nine of Cups in reverse, the don't be hedonistic with this person energy, is your king here. Okay, so it's the same person. So all this energy is the same person. All right, so you have one person in November that's going to be major and important for you. The third party didn't work out. And it seems like you have this King of Wands. You have a soulmate contract with this king. And they're saying don't be, and maybe that's where it's like, don't be self-indulgent and just let this king do whatever just because they have a soulmate contract with you. Maybe it's about being able to end something that doesn't serve you so you can get committed love. But I'm getting, oh my gosh, the passion. That's why I'm like, I know that the hedonist keeps coming up. And that's like a word that keeps popping into my brain because I'm getting the passion card. So you guys have so much passion. You guys have so much hot sex. But I'm also getting the true gem. So he's a really, really good person. And it's a really, really good one. And there's a lot of passion, a lot of, dynamics between you guys that's really strong. And they're saying maybe don't, maybe it's like also build the bond instead of maybe always being lost in the bedroom. That could be a piece. So maybe that, or it could be like if there is like some addictions piece kind of going on their side, it might be about maybe ending the addiction piece so that you guys could have maybe something more stable, something more healthy, something more beautiful and real. So there is that, because I'm getting true gem. I love the passion in true gem. So it's not that it's like passion, but they're just using you. It's that there's passion and they're a good person. And they also see that you're a good person, and that's beautiful. So this is not just somebody that's going to want to like use you or disrespect you. Because I was curious about that. Because I was like, is it a disrespecting yourself energy? And I'm like, no, because you're feeling drawn to do it because the King of Wands is somebody, it's like a soulmate for you. It's a soul contract. So let's look at you, King of Fire. Let's look at this buddy here. So you want victory, you have a soulmate contract, and you love him. All right. Yes. This is somebody you have a deep past life with. Obviously, you probably can sense that already. And it's somebody where you guys have had a lot of dealings with each other in many lifetimes. So there's definitely a strong bond that goes beyond this lifetime. And I get there's a deep, deep friendship. I also get that there's a work connection. So I'm getting that work plays into this dynamic. Maybe this is a work crush or somebody that you've known from work or that you meet at work. This could be somebody that you have worked with in the past. I'm also getting with the friendship and the work, you guys might be friends at work and you're wondering, could there be something deeper? Could there be something more romantic? I mean, there's passion here. So obviously you guys have like passion and friendship, and they're a good person and they're your king. So I'm getting that, like, you're very attracted to them. You may work with them. You may be deeply friends with them as well. So it's kind of like you have all the dynamics there. It also, another message that is coming through, it may be that you guys are friends with benefits, and there is this, and you're wanting this king to turn into a major relationship for you. And you might be like, well, how do I do that, Solaris? And that might be where that Ten of Swords, that ending comes in, for you to be able to have something more consistent and stable, where you're like, I can't take crumbs from you. I can't take a friends with benefits when I'm in love with you or when we have a soulmate contract. So what do we do about this? That kind of thing, that conversation. I also feel like maybe if they are a workaholic or work is very, very important to them, that maybe work could get in the way, or maybe your careers may not be compatible. So that might be a situation as well. So I would say there are work dynamics, friendship dynamics, sexual dynamics, past life dynamics, a lot of passionate dynamics, and king dynamics. So it may be about not settling for friends with benefits when you want more. So there's that. Okay. Now we're going to go to if you have a person. So if you may meet this King of Wands in November. If you don't have one already, you will meet them in November. If you do have them in already, and you're already engaging in these dynamics, you probably know what I'm already talking about. So you might be like, yeah, that's our deal. And so if you already have the King of Fire in your life, we're going to look deeper into that now. All right. So I have Let's Fall in Love Oracle. I'm going to pull 8 cards, and we're going to see how are your dynamics going to be during the month of November between you and this King of Fire. So if you have a person, now if you have not met this person yet, don't worry. This can still apply to how your dynamics will be in November. So there is that. So I will say that this basically is your person you have now and or the person you meet in November, that King of Wands, because that comes through so clearly, and it's not even like he has any competition really. So it seems kind of like that's your primary solitary focus actually. All right, so let's see. Your sex appeal draws me in. We knew that. Your passionate, hedonistic vibes. So you're going to be alluring your person. You're going to be drawing them in with how hot you are. And I get hiding true feelings, but your person might hide their true feelings from you. And that might be what's frustrating for you, because you might be like, I can sense that we have this bond. I can sense we have this connection. Why are you hiding from me? Why are you hiding your true feelings from me? You might hide your true feelings from them if you're feeling nervous to do so. Sometimes we worry about, oversharing or scaring them off. So you might also feel like you're like, I don't know, I might have to hide my feelings from my person. If I tell them and overshare and have no filter and don't have self-containment, what if they run away? That kind of thing. So, or what if you guys haven't confessed your feelings to each other and you're wondering, do I speak up? Maybe I won't. And they're like, I don't know, maybe I won't. So there could be a little bit of that dynamic going on. So yeah, so there's definitely like a hiding true feelings, but being very sexually attracted to each other. And then drowning in my sorrows. Okay, so it might not be the easiest energy. I do have to say, November Scorpio season is not an easy energy for a lot of signs. I'm a Scorpio, so for me, it makes me feel good when I'm in Scorpio season. But for people who aren't Scorpios, Scorpio season can feel a little intense. It can feel a little rough, a little emotional when they're not used to it. Sometimes people don't love and run on intensity. Like Scorpios can kind of hold that, but a lot of signs don't love it, especially if you're like a Gemini who hates that. So even though, well, actually Geminis do like the intrigue of it, but they don't love the daily of it. They like it in doses. So basically, I would say Scorpio season can be a little tricky. Now, if you're a fixed sign during Scorpio season, it's a little extra difficult for Aquarius, for Taurus, and for Leos. So it may be a little rougher for those signs, even though Pisces and Cancers have a grand old time in Scorpio season. Other signs are just neutral. So there's that. Even though I would say Aries actually probably have a good time, because Scorpio is a Mars thing, and you're both ruled by Mars. So I would say, yeah, actually Aries probably is good with it. But I would say drowning in my sorrows, you or they or both of you might have an emotional time at things. You guys might feel some sadness or disappointment or depression at times. I mean, we did see the Ten of Swords. I can't gloss over the ending. But I would say that, yeah, it might be a little emotional. If that happens, nurture yourself. That's where they're saying Queen of Cups. Nurture yourself. Do the self-care. Remember, keep building your confidence up. Don't let this energy affect your self-esteem. You're still a great person even if it's hard. You're still a great person even if you make mistakes and you're learning. Keep preserving that self-esteem and let whatever's going on romantically be outside of that. I want to escape from it all with you. It might be that you or they are having a tough time in your lives and that you're wanting to escape from the difficult life and just like indulging each other as a way of like escaping from reality. And that might be a piece where they're like, no, don't escape from reality. You need to deal with reality, change and fix reality, magician the reality. Manifest different with the reality. And that might be where they're like, don't lose yourself in this person. Change your shit. Change it if you need to. So they're saying, yeah, drowning in my sorrows and I want to escape from it all with you. So you guys might be feeling sad about your lives and just wanting to run away together. So there may be that. But I definitely feel like you guys feel like a very strong emotional intensity and this very strong bond. And then I wasn't expecting to fall for you. So you or they probably were not expecting to love each other so deeply. You probably were not expecting each other to really be that person you have a soulmate past life relationship with and a soul contract with. So it seems like both of you might still be caught off guard or might still be like, wow, this is so surreal. I really did not expect this to happen. These circumstances should not allow this to happen, but yet it did. Hiding from each other. All right, so you're going to also have some times where you guys are going to be avoiding each other. And I don't even feel like it's one of you. I do feel like it's both of you, maybe at the same or alternating times. But you definitely will be both hiding from each other, and you're going to be hiding your true feelings from each other. But yet, wanting to indulge in each other, feeling very drawn to each other, feeling sad about stuff, but also feeling attracted to each other. My home is wherever you are. So that is a beautiful card. And I do feel like that your person feels like you are home to them and you feel safe with each other in many ways. And it's interesting how it's such a contradiction where you can feel so safe with each other and still want to hide your true feelings and hide from each other and avoid each other as well. But it does seem like there is that home energy. There's a familiarity that comes with past life energy that is very strong. And I want to know you on a deeper level, which is so interesting when you guys are still trying to hide your true feelings from each other. So there is this piece. So you're still wanting to get to know each other, all the while hiding your true feelings from each other. And if you're hiding your feelings from them, which it seems like at points you will be trying to, I feel like they're going to want to kind of pry into that. And if they are hiding their true feelings from you, which I feel like at times they will be, you're going to want to pry into that. So it's interesting how you both are so mirroring each other. And I really feel like that's, again, what comes up with this card, which is a kind of twin flame energy, because it really shows that mirroring. It's like you guys are the same. So there is this piece. So that is what I feel like November will be like for your dynamics. So there is that. Okay, so now I have for you something a little different. You guys got something different than the other piles. So, all right, I have for you the 3 cards that I did for the other piles. I have Romance Angel, Cosmic Insights, and Situation Love Oracle. But in addition to that, I'm going to add an additional Let's Fall in Love card, and I'm going to add an additional tarot card. So this is going to be your final message. So this is going to be how your November will be, and this is where I'm making it interactive and I'm breaking it up for you guys because you guys are all having different scenarios. So I'm going to do 3 Let's Fall in Love, 3 Situation Love Oracles, 3 Cosmic Insights, and actually I'm even getting an additional idea, 3 Amira's Love Oracle. I'm going to spice it up for you guys. All right. Now I can move things over. Okay. Ooh. 1 Romance Angel. And 1 Good Tarot. Okay, so for your first pile, if you're drawn to this pile, I'm going to be symbolizing it with this amethyst moon today. For your second pile, if you're drawn to pile number 2, I'm going to symbolize it with this pyramid. And pile number 3, I'm going to symbolize it with the citrine. So feel free to pick between piles 1, 2, and or 3. If you have multiple people that you are thinking about in your heart, which you're probably not, because you only have 1 King of Fire showing up. But you could have multiple people that you're thinking about and then only 1 show up. So in November, that's very, very, very dominant and strong. Or you might meet a new person. That's a King of Fire. I would say if you have multiple people, feel free to pick a pile per person, but if you only have 1 person, then pick only 1 pile, because otherwise it can get a little confusing, especially if the messages are conflicting. So I would always advise picking 1 pile, but of course, if you are drawn to more than 1, definitely follow your guidance. Feel free to pause the video if you need more time to decide which pile draws you in, and unpause the video whenever you're ready. Okay guys, well first of all, thank you so much for being part of this reading with me today, for watching, for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, all of that fun stuff. It helps me out. If you have not subscribed yet, definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel. That will get you updates of whenever I release all new videos when you click the notification bell, because I am doing a fun series. I did my Halloween series. Now I am which actually I have my finale Halloween night, so definitely tune in for that. And I have some fun little fall videos for November. In addition to that, I'm going to have obviously holiday videos coming up for the holidays in December as well. So definitely feel free to tune in. If you guys have donated to the channel, thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. If you guys would like to donate, my links are in the description box for my PayPal and my Venmo, and my super thanks button are in there. And if you guys have watched my ads for 30 seconds, you guys are also amazing, because after 30 seconds I get credit. So thank you so much, and you can listen to them on silent so they don't bother you too much. And then after 30 seconds I get the credit. So come back to the video and we keep channeling. So thank you guys for that. And if you would like a private reading, I'm offering them for you guys at this time. My website is fairyastrology.com, and the information is in the description box. I give readings to you over the phone or over video call, and I can answer any question you have about anything at all. All right, guys. So back to this fun. Your final message before we go to the extended. What else is coming up in November for you? If you guys have picked this purple moon. Kind of reminds me of like Prince Purple Rain. Maybe that's a sign for you. All right. Oh, I get the star and it's upright. And I didn't even say I wasn't taking reversals, but I'm not. But I love that it's upright. Oh, I love the star. This is hope, success, victory, Aquarius, Aries energy. I am loving this for you. I would say this is hope. This is a guiding light. This is a don't give up. This is a beautiful energy. I feel like this is so sacred. I love it. Also, the number 17 does come up, so if that means anything to you guys, or a 1 and a 7, or a January 7th, or the 17th of the month, I get very strong romantic feelings. You guys are going to have so many romantic feelings for each other, and I feel like the romantic feelings for you are very, very strong in November. So I love that. And it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. Then I get love spell. You have been witched. Oh, it seems like you both have been bewitched by each other. So that is very cool. So you definitely have been feeling a lot of love for each other for sure. And then I get picture. Looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, and make new memories. You and your person are going to be looking at your shared memories together, photos, looking at each other's pictures, maybe making some new memories in November, and definitely nostalgic for each other for sure. All right, and I get too many burdens to carry. That's also the 10 of Wands. You yourself also might find that your schedule in November is super way overloaded, a lot of burdens. And so you might have a ton of responsibility, or your person might have a ton of responsibility, and it might be hard for you guys to coordinate with each other's scheduling because of this. So that might be a little bit tricky, but they are going to try to pursue you in November. Look at this with the courting man. I love this. So they're definitely going to be pursuing you in a strong way. So your pile is very good. I'm very happy to hear that for you guys. Okay, so if you guys have picked this beautiful pyramid, it is blue Caribbean calcite. Your person is the death card. But what I do love about this, so it could connect with that 10 of swords, honestly. There could be the ending. But what I love about this deck is they made the death card be transformation, which is the ending to create a new cycle, the ending to create a new pattern, the ending to have a new beginning. So transformation and change is very important. So you guys will definitely be going through an ending to have a new beginning, going through a transformation and a change, which is great. And I get keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So you, and I feel like your person, are going to be guided to, or will have, an open mind and might entertain this connection that is different than your usual kind of type. So that's very cool. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. So there is this. So you guys might be trying to still figure out, what do you guys do with each other when it comes to your passion. Also, some of you may be trying to figure out your own sexuality, or they might be trying to figure out their own sexuality. So there is this. Also, you might still be thinking about and reflecting on the third party that didn't work out, because you can see how there's this interlocking kind of sexual symbols, you know, with the Venus and with the Mars, and you can see an infinity in there, and you can see a circle. So you can see a lot of symbols all interlocked. So you guys might be trying to figure out your own sexualities. I'm also getting partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. So you might be single, you might be having fun with friends. The self-indulgence piece might be like, don't party too hard. Don't like give in to addictions when it comes to partying. That could affect your love life. So there is that. But also I feel like you guys might be like wanting to have like a sexual party, or like maybe you guys are like having like an opportunity where you guys hang out at a party and you can hook up, you know? You guys could hook up that way. Or maybe you meet this King of Wands at a party and you guys have an opportunity to go home together. But there is this. So I would say that, you know, maybe they're just saying like, rein it in though if you feel like you're going a little too excessive. You're always on my mind. Ooh, it seems like your person is always thinking about you. So you're always thinking, you know, you're always on your person's mind. And it seems like they might be always thinking sexual thoughts about you. Or they might always think like, wow, I really want to connect with, you know, pile 4. I really want to invite them to this party. I want to be with them. Oh, wow. Powerful twin flame energy. And it's interesting. You might think like, there is no way that I could meet a twin flame at a sex party, or there is no way that I could meet a twin flame at, you know, a party where now we're like having a one-night stand or hooking up with them. But I would say, actually, that's not true. You could meet a twin flame anywhere. So you might, and that might be where it's like open mind. You might be like, I wouldn't meet my twin flame in a bar, you know, but I'm saying maybe you could. So there is this. So I would say that could be maybe that you meet your person in a place where you didn't ever think you would meet a soulmate. And then they're like, keep an open mind because this could be more important than you give it credit for. Now, if you guys are drawn to this citrine, your person and you, I get Queen of Wands. You are so hot and sexy and fiery and passionate. They see all of your fire. They love it. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So that is very cool. Oh, this one's Scorpio energy. Transformation death card is Scorpio energy. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, Queen of Wands. They're going to see you as the hottest queen. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. You could be deepening your commitment because you could be 10 of Swords, ending one section of your dating life and now deepening it to a higher level of commitment with the Strength card. So for having a more committed, consistent love life. So that's beautiful. So with this pile, they see you as the hottest queen and they might want to marry you. So that is beautiful. But caution, find out more information and don't overwork yourself. So definitely 10 of Wands might be that you might be the workaholic. You might be the overworked one. You might be the one with too many burdens. And also find out more information about this King of Wands, about this person, which, to be honest, the King of Fire is the divine pair to the Queen of Fire. So that is also very important. So the King of Wands, Queen of Wands are divine pairs. They are a perfect match. So there is that. But still, find out more information about this person. They also might be wounded, healing their heart, because I do get the little like bandage over the heart with this card as well. So it might also be that, or it might also be for you that you're still healing your heart from the third party that didn't work out. Then I get healing heart, literally that. That's exactly what we saw. So absolutely healing heart. So there is this. You are going to be a gift to your person because you are definitely a healer. You definitely give so much love and they are lucky. It says healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, and abusive relationship. You or they might be healing from an abusive relationship in the past. You or they may be healing from a toxic relationship or from an addiction or from an addictive relationship. You or they might just be healing from a heartbreak in general. But I would say that might be also why they're giving you caution to not maybe like jump into bed right away. So they're saying it's okay that you take your time. The chemistry between us is undeniable, but you are going to want to jump into bed right away. So there is that. So you're going to feel so much sexy, sexy chemistry with this person. And beauty queen, they feel it mutually because you're the hottest Queen of Wands. They see you as a beautiful, beautiful Queen of Fire. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope this has helped you. If you guys are ready now to go to hear what else is coming up into your life in November, feel free now to go to the description box and scroll down. You are pile 4. You guys are the foxes. So I'm so excited to see you guys there. And if you guys are not joining me, no worries. I will see you guys next time in my next video, maybe my Halloween finale coming up Friday. So hopefully I will see you in that. And I will see you guys in my future videos, in the comments, in my archives. If you want a private reading, I am here for you. I'll see you later. Bye.